That one was pretty. That was
Their players were cut from a different cloth. Renegades with faces only a mother could love. The Raiders cultivated, then reveled in their ominous image.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed, bound her in her bones. The seas be ours, and by the power where we will roam.
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate you all showing up. And somebody should picture muting the earth. Is it mine? Hold on, I'm gonna back out. Hold on.
I don't think it was mine. I don't hear anything.
All right, you hear me? All right, there you go.
I can hear you.
Yeah, nah, man. What happened was I was in doing one deal, backed out, and I forgot I loaded back in on the actual Nether site, or like another link when I was already in. But outside of that, man, is my camera all fucked up or something, man? I don't know what the hell is going on here.
I don't know. It might just be bright because of your lights in your vehicle.
Yeah, for some reason, it could be my case, man. I had that motherfucker in the. Let me see if I. Fuck it, I'll just run with that deal for right now until I clean it. My bad, dude. My shit, fuck all dirty. I'm dirty. It's dirty. Everything dirty. Sorry. I'm sorry. All right, there. Feel a little better. My shit looked all fucked up, man. I think it's my case. Fucking got paint on that motherfucker and shit, dude. Yeah, oh well, whatever. Long story short, man, dude, I think salute Holly, salute Dark, salute to everybody that's here in the chat, man. Salute to Pig Pigs, dude. Really appreciate all you guys. Appreciate all the comments, salute. Appreciate everybody showing up here on a Friday, man. Man, we beat the living shit out of them yesterday, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like, I was sitting there in the conference call for the first half. Well, probably like first quarter, second quarter. I'm fucking sitting there, dude, and I'm like, what the fuck? God, they're like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, oh, shit, because I'm, like, in the Discord and I'm in the call. I'm like, fuck, dude, but I ain't gonna lie, that shit was crazy as fuck. It seemed like a Madden game, man. Every single time we just touched them, we were taking the fucking ball from them, just straight bitching them. And I know, dude, it's had a lot of their backup players in there and so on, but I don't give a fuck, man. Like, we really wrecked their fucking lives, dude. I mean, we literally wrecked their lives so bad, dude. Like I said, the Raiders nuked the Chargers. Staley and Tom got fired, dude. And I heard reports saying that, I don't know if it was the D-line or defensive coordinator, he got fired too right afterwards. So, like I said, man, this game right here was just a straight ass beating over here, dude. So I think it was a really good game for us, you know, against the Chargers. I mean, for one, I didn't have to take a pie to the face, so that was the most fucking best part
Actually,
about
that's
that
what you did.
motherfucker.
I told you to over on Aiden. I told you.
Yeah, hey, you did say that, man. And then I ain't gonna lie, that game was just next level crazy, dude. And I mean, he barely broke the over by 8 fucking yards. Well, 7. He broke it by 7. Even with that game like that, it was just insane, man. Like, and I said, like, they were benching their players because they were looking to not win that game, you know. And you look about it, like in the fourth quarter, we were able to come back, or they were able to come back 21 points in there. Yeah, exactly. But I don't 60 fucking 3 points, man. I mean, that was a straight murder, and no, you ain't coming back from that. You got to do that another 2 times over. So, like I said, I think in that game, I don't know how to take it. You know, like I have some negatives in the game. I have a lot of positives in the game. I mean, the way that a lot of players played in this game, there was a lot. You know, there is like one negative though that I would bring up in this that I think was a major negative, because even the stadium started booing because when he had that 4th and 1, man, where he could have went for it and tried to go and put up, you know, get the actual points to break the record, I sat and thought right then and there, like, you were the one that said that you wanted to put the foot on the gas and not take it off. Like, you brought that up. So, like, when I hear things like that, and then you get in the moment where we could have beat the shit out of them, and you pull up like that, it starts coming to the thoughts of, like, where people always say, like, are they always telling you the truth? Are they telling you what they really mean? Things like that. And if it shows up in the game like that, it's going to show up in the organization and come with players or decisions or things of these facts. You know, like I've always said, I'm real skeptic in the way that this team is going, obviously, at the moment. I mean, fuck, dude. It's like the way I look at this game is like how the fucking Miami put up fucking 70 over here on the Broncos and then fucking ain't done shit the rest of the year. And this game right here, we're about to go against the Chiefs, the fucking Colts, and the Broncos, where the Broncos are playing a lot better. Chiefs are doing okay. I've said that the Colts are doing okay. The Chiefs, I mean, have always had our number for the most part. So, I mean, I've said it. Like, in this game here, for the offense is like one of the topics I even have later on is like, is this offense for real? Like, is this just a game that pops up out of nowhere? Or is this something that you can look at going forward? You know, like, we want to be able to see this going forward because this would be big time for our team. But then at the same time is like, it like, for me, I feel like if we go up against the Colt or the Chiefs and we can go put up this type of, like, and it ain't going to be no 60 fucking points. I mean, that's been done very few times, let alone we've literally broke our own NFL record or franchise record with it too. So it's not like we're going to put up, all I'm saying, like, I think putting up like 30, you know, 28, over fucking 17, over 20, you know, points per game. And beating the Chiefs, man, I think if, like, we can beat them, it'd be massive for AP's fucking job. I've said it the whole entire time. That Christmas game on Christmas Day in their house, dude, is like the biggest defining factor for AP. This type of game here, people will take it a lot of ways. They'll bring it up in a lot of different ways about how the team didn't have a lot of players there, just like us on ours. Like, if they were sitting out players, if Herbert was in that game, would it be the same game? You know, like, they have a lot of things that would be going back and forth. So for me, I would just take it for what it is. I would say it was a great game. The only thing I would like to see is the offense going to stay consistent like this? The defense is showing up pretty damn good. So I'm not going to lie, like that shit's showing up. And even without Max, I mean, Max sat on the sideline for most of the game after we got up like that, and then they still was bringing the heat, So like I said, this team is it's so bipolar in certain aspects. But like I said, the defense is, to me, I've said it. I even said I would give Patrick Graham a damn head coaching interview, man. I mean, the guy has just turned that whole damn defense around massively, dude. Like he's got that team playing massively great football. So Bo Hardigree, man, it's just like I said. Did he really find something different in the team? Did he really find something that going forward that's going to actually help out the team? Is Aiden going to be aggressive like he was in this game? But then that's another thing, being aggressive like that against other teams. That can be interceptions or a little off, little under. Those can be picks. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying like go out and play every game like we played this game, but I'm saying like we need to play aggressive football going forward for sure. You know what I mean? So, but what do you think? What was your take on it? And how did you feel about this game?
That defense is real. Jack, that pick was so just nasty to read with the one hand. That was one of the best interceptions I've seen in my life. Like the defense was on fire, forcing fumbles, interceptions. The defense, no problem. Pat Graham, you can coach a defense because it was so good that Max was chilling while Kuntz and Tyree was destroying Easton Stick. Even the offense. Because when I heard that Josh was out, I was like, oh God, Zamir, oh Lord. I hope he can find a hole this game. And he did. He did. The team was so great. Jacoby throwing touchdown with a perfect passer rating. Like, this is unheard of. If you'd have told me, Dustin, that Jacoby was going to throw a tutty, literally from Wildcat, I thought, bro, man, pass me the gas. But no, bro was literally chunking it. That just shows that Hardigree was in his bag this game. He took us going 0 against Vikings. He took it personal. And I liked it. I liked what I seen from the team. Even though Hardigree was calling from the booth. They asked AP in the presser, do you feel Hardigree called better plays in the booth? He said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if he can call a better game from the booth, from looking up versus from looking like literally on the field, go for it. If I can help us win the next 3 games, go for it. I have no problem with it. I like what I seen. I'm literally just shocked by the score. Like 60. That's some like college football scores. Matter of fact, that was the score when Georgia faced Oregon 2 years ago. Similar scores. I thought I was watching a college football game yesterday. 63-21 is insane. Aiden, 4 touchdowns. Tyree Tucker, 2 touchdowns. This is insane. And now does it say that can Tucker really be our rug replacement? As long as he can catch the ball and not bobble it and learn how to bring it in, he's gonna be successful. I'm not gonna do it. I like what I see from this team. Can we continue this against the Chiefs, right? Next one.
Yep, Christmas Day.
If they can do this. Now I'm not gonna say we're not putting 60 on the Chiefs. I'm not gonna go that far, but
if we can just get 28 and keep it competitive, that's what you want to see in this game, man. Like
28, we could put up numbers on the Chiefs and put the same pressure that we did against the Chargers. Go for it, because Khalil Mack did not touch Aiden. What did Olamar say? I put your favorite pass rusher on Clams, and he did. He had Mac out there looking lost.
Yeah.
We came with a plan, and if we come with a plan for Chris Jones, because he's not on Mac. He and Mac are different players, but they're both dangerous. We can come with a plan for Chris Jones the same way we did Khalil to neutralize him, make somebody else beat us. I'm all for it. Take this and apply to the Chiefs, because the Chiefs they're not going nowhere. They got to deal with the Patriots this week, and if they lose to the Patriots, they're gonna come out looking for blood against us. So we gotta
Salute, bro. Appreciate you stopping by.
apply pressure, Dustin, straight up, and just take this and use this as a motivation. Use that as the standard. Come out there, attack your opponent, and go all in on all three phases. Matter of fact, I don't think Daniel Carlson kicked the field goal. Did he yesterday?
No,
Or was
I
it?
don't think so.
See, that right there. It got so good that Carlson would be chilling.
We were beating that ass, dude. We were just scoring touchdowns. We weren't fucking even thinking about field goals. That's what pissed me off about not going for it on that fourth down, dude. Like, I wanted them to fucking keep the pedal on the fucking gas, dude. Like, keep the foot on the gas, dude. Like, like you said about the Tucker deal, that was something I forgot in there is that, I mean, fucking Tucker finally showing up. I've said that guy is danger, been talking about him all year. The shit that happened in this Chargers game is shit I have literally been talking about for multiple weeks about why haven't they been doing this? How come they haven't been using these players? These guys are explosive. These guys can be doing this, and they weren't even bringing them up. They weren't bringing them out. Things of these factors just brought a lot of questions. And then you come against the Chargers game, and then this is when you want to do it. Like those are even other things that bug me. And then like when you look at the way that this game was played and AP putting up 63, what happens if they go into the fucking Chiefs, dude, and they only get 14 points? It's like you're almost digging your own grave by doing something like this, because it's like, okay, you can do this against fucking shit ass teams, but then when you're playing them, we're just getting classed on. Then it's going to put a lot of things into check, because it's going to say, okay, when our starters were out, what was it? I think we were at like, so what was it, 63-21, and I think we were at 50 something when they finally scored that touchdown, right? So all I'm trying to say is that we put up a lot of points before anything that happened on there is with our starters, and then you go into this game that's another division game, but is clearly the number one leading team in our division, and then the result be turned right around the opposite way. It's not going to look good, man. So, like I've said, all I can just say from here on out is, hey, you lit the fire now. You know what I mean? Like, you started the fucking brush fire, and now it turned into the fucking mountain fire, and now you better fucking just keep it going, because there ain't no looking back now. Because if you go out, no, you can't come back from that after these next 3 games. If you fucking come out and fall in your face with 14-point scores and shit, nah, you're done. You're out. You're done. Because that kind of shit right there, it just shows, like, when you put up a game like that, and it's kind of like I said about Miami. Miami came out, put up 70. Then they've been stagnant the rest of the time against other teams, good teams, fucking beating only bad teams. Like that's the shit, dude. So all I would say is like, hey, fucking great win, great ass beating, couldn't ask for nothing better. Like I know, I mean, fuck, it was phenomenal. I'm telling you, dude, by the time the first quarter was over and it was 21-0, I'm like, this ain't even fucking real. There were so many times that I yelled like, fuck yeah, and I'm on a fucking conference call. Like, I'm like, fuck. They're like, what's going on? They're like, what happened? I'm like, fuck. Yeah, I'm watching the Discord. Fucking, I'm just like, shit, I'm telling you, dude, it was crazy. One of the craziest games I've seen in a minute. So, but Noah, you have anything you want to add to it?
Well, I'm not really sure. watched this ass whooping last night. It's it makes me so happy. This so dominant. Great. There's Chargers are missing half their offense or whatnot. Their defense has been missing players all year, and all the excuses you can throw at this blowout. But the truth of the fact or the matter remains that this team played a complete football game for 60 minutes, and they kept the pedal or the pedal down on the floor, like Pierce told them to do at halftime. You know,
Facts.
it made me so happy last night. I haven't seen a game or a Raiders win in so long where we look this fucking been so satisfying. And after last week's freaking game, we had just like 250 total offensive. This was definitely sweet.
Hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was, like I said, really good win. Rudy, you have anything you want to add to it?
Yes, after the win and everything, and then the next day, like in the daytime, I've seen a car with Raider flags up and everything. This is my little town of Hanford, small town, but showing the Raiders because we're heavily a Raider nation in the Central Valley, all the way through, Hanford, Lemoore, Fresno, Visalia, all there. But yeah, it was a murdering. But the thing is, though, these guys set themselves to lose on purpose. A lot of people may not get this. Look, they don't have Herbert. The only guys they had was mostly Mack, Derwin James on defense. Mostly those guys, notable guys. And on offense, it was Eckler and Parker. And, that's about it on their team. I mean, they got some quarterback, supposed to be like third string.
And what
Originally,
did we drop from? What did we drop from? In
we went from sixth pick
yeah,
to the 10th pick. We're at the 10th
yeah,
pick.
yeah.
Yeah, and now people are thinking, yeah, we're going to be great. We got a chance at the playoffs. Uh, if we were to go to the playoffs and get super lucky, we would not belong. We would get our asses beat ugly. We're not a complete team. It would look like in 2011 to 12 when the Chiefs, when we kicked their ass ugly, we beat everybody in our division. And the Chiefs went to the playoffs, played against the Ravens. The Ravens beat their ass like they were nothing. They beat them like by 3 scores, and just murdered their asses. You know, we would be just like that Chiefs team. Uh, to me, the defense is. I think, like I said, I think it's a little raw, but it needs a little more smoothing. It's a rough diamond. It just needs to be smoothed out a little bit more. The offense, though, needs a lot of work, though. We need a quarterback. We also need a play caller. That's what we lack. We just aren't that great of a team. We got talent on this team, but we're going to have to get rid of some talent and get some new rebuilding talent. And a lot of people don't like to hear it, but that's what you got to do. Yeah, it was looking like a Madden team and everything, but I want to save a little bit of my comments for my for about the situation of the Chargers completely. Just that they got beat ugly. I never thought we would put 63 points. This was mostly turnovers, an interception, a big man, defensive lineman running the ball all the way to the end zone. I mean, John Madden would say, "Hey, I like to see a big man run all the way to the end zone." That's what Madden would say. You know, that's all I can say so far. Dustin, you there? I think his video froze.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll say this. Okay, I think Dustin's coming back.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
There you go.
My bad. I'm just trying to fix my camera because I had another phone case in my truck that's like this one, you know. So I was like, fuck it, might as well switch that bitch. So now I switched it. Now I got a better fucking case. Uh, no, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, man. I hate when I'm looking at it. Salute, John. Appreciate you coming back. I always say, man, dude, you're one. I like you a lot, bro. So don't fucking. I appreciate you coming back, man. Really do. But like I said, that game, man, it was just a straight murdering, dude. Like it was a straight murdering, straight ass beat, and it was really good for the viewer, especially on a Thursday night, dude. Like on a Thursday night to go out and fucking be on prime time, dude, like that, and straight finally for once, dude, just straight murder motherfuckers, you know. And I don't care how their team, who they want to sit, how they want to sit them, at what time. You know, I've said I didn't really want to go out and give up the sixth pick to them, you know, because they're in the division. But fuck it, I don't care. After going out putting up 63, I mean, putting up 63 means a lot more than worrying about that sixth pick at the moment, because that shit goes down in history. That's going to be franchise history right there. So like I said, and then we almost broke NFL history. So, I mean, hey, it was a great night. I just hope Aiden, man, I really do hope Aiden can just keep it up, man. And the one thing is now, like I've been talking about this for a while. I've said, dude, that Staley was going to get fired this year. I've said it for a long time, and somebody else was going to take over that job. Then you hear Bill's most definitely been not going to be coming back to the Patriots next year. And he's been linked to that fucking team. So, like I said, we'll see how that goes going forward. But again, like I said, kudos to them for firing Staley's dipshit ass and us beating that ass. So, outside of that, you guys have anything else you want to add to this topic, or? Yours was recapping putting up 63. I mean, that's talk about that, or there
Okay,
you go,
yeah,
Eric.
I got you. So yeah, recapping that spanking from the get go. It was no chance. Just Coach AP, everybody came with a plan, and it was executed to perfection. Aiden had no turnovers. We had no turnovers. It was a beautiful game. Better game. It gave me remembrance of the Bronco game where McFadden ran for, was it 250 on him? 200 plus on him? It gave me remembrance of that game. But it was a great performance. One of the highlights of this crazy season that we've had. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute. I enjoy seeing the Chargers' faces in defeat. I love seeing Austin Eckler. You're pointing this way, but bro, you're down 40. What are you celebrating for? That was just meme worthy. Sorry, that's meme worthy. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. I'm down 50 and I'm playing at that first down. No. But I love it. I love it. It just makes playing against them even more hilarious. Because they beat us. Okay, cool, no problem. Well, we got y'all this time. We go spank y'all in our house by nearly 50. And honestly, if Hobbs didn't give up that first touchdown to, who was it? I think it was Quentin Johnson. If he didn't give up that touchdown, it would have got worse. It would have got worse. But they got lazy in the second half. No problem. I would too. If I'm up 50.
They got in that last part of the game because that was a meat too. Got burnt like a motherfucker over there, going down. So
Yeah, I
like
was
I said,
pissed off too.
yeah.
Right,
Once you start,
Gave up on his play. Thought the safety was going to take over, and nobody was on him.
yep,
that,
he
that
just
was a
fucking
dumb
went
move.
right over and right on by.
he gave up, but if they weren't being so friendly, I'm sorry. This game could have got out of hand. This game could have been a real shutout. The team put up 63, but we didn't give them 21. That 21 went into us. I'm sorry. You would have seen some crazy score down. Like we didn't let them score.
Can you imagine if we shut them out? Can you imagine
Yeah,
if we would have shut them out with that game right there?
the
That
score
would have
would have
been
been
insane.
ridiculous.
That would have been fucking insane, that game, dude. And we could have did it because we were doing it all the way into the third quarter until that play right there, dude, until he got fucking burnt over the top. And then, like I said, I think that game putting up 63, man, that was a lot. And I think there's a bigger deal there is like that was in our brand new stadium, dude. And that's going to be in history forever, for the life of football being in our new stadium. Already set up one of the biggest scores in a game yet. So, like I said, I just wish he would have went for it on that fucking fourth down, so we could have fucking went
Same here.
points, man. But either way, either way.
Same here. Like is even for that fourth down, they would have definitely put up 70 easily. And if Aiden would have converted on a few of those third downs, I'm sorry, Dustin. We might have reached the 80-ish mark.
Yeah.
It was possible. It was possible. But I'm cool with 60. I'm cool with that. Embarrass them. Embarrass their team. Because this is what they get. And because of this, Staley's gone. Jim is gone.
The D line or I think his defensive coordinator is gone too. Fucking, they fired another guy on that side.
Oh, you're talking about the run game coordinator.
Yeah, run game. Yep, run game coordinator. That's who it was. Fucking, his ass fired too.
So they're about to they clean their house and everyone's
Yeah.
telling Belichick is coming there. I'm not so sure. I'm also sure Belichick wants to work with Spanos, work with Robert Callamore. I'm not so sure about that. And everyone's banking on it. I'm not. What do they promote? Callamore. What do they hire somebody from within? Like, don't bank on Belichick. Don't bank on it. I'm not. Because you don't know how New England is going to finish their season out. Yeah, they're out of the playoffs, sure, but Belichick has dignity. He's not gonna go. He's not gonna go down. Without a fight. So he may be down New England, but let's not just say he's going to the Chargers. It's not.
He goes over there though. He's gonna have a damn good team, offense and defensively. And Keelan Moore was putting up 40 points a game. It was that defense was giving up 40 fucking 45. Like that's the whole thing. If you get a defensive coordinator in there that can coach that team defensively, that team's gonna be scary, man. I mean, even Harbaugh spoke about playing with her or coaching Herbert, dude, and said he was the best quarterback in football, is what he claimed. So, like I say, I mean, that was Jim Harbaugh said that in an interview with what's his name, another fucking coach. He brought that up too, but. I don't know. I just can't. Like I said, you're all right. They could hire someone within, and they're probably going to go for a big name because everybody here in this division, they're going big name. Like I feel like it's going to be a big name.
It's a big name, but it's Spanos willing to usher out the bread.
And this is a good question. I mean, do we win against the Chiefs? I mean, I was saying that in the Discord during the game. Like I said, AP just lit the fire. Like he literally damn near dug his own grave, and now he needs to keep himself from them filling in the dirt, dude. Like literally, because when you put shit like this, in a game like this, and going to Kansas City on Christmas Day, dude, on prime time again, and then fuck, you better be scoring more than 14 fucking points, especially when you just put up
Right.
63. You're indicating that your team is fucking firing on all cylinders, that you figured it out, that you need to play some trick plays to move it around, which people were talking about. I mean, basically everything people were saying they started doing in that game. So if you don't go into Kansas City and still have that same mentality of trick plays, moving around, doing different things, uh, it's just going to be the same stagnant game in Kansas City, because they're a good team. They're a good team. They're no slouch ass fucking team. They're not just going to sit back over there and allow us to sit in the pocket and do the same shit we've been doing all. You got to play like we played that Chargers game with playing all kind of different shit. Play even the Wildcat. Fuck, we had the Wildcat with Bolden going for a touchdown, bro. You know what I mean? Like they ain't fucking playing around. They're all over that motherfucker. So like I said, you got to keep that energy when you start doing things like that, and like it can just be tough. Like I said, I hope he figured it out, and I mean, if he did, and he can show that we can go in against Kansas City and go put up fucking 30, that's gonna be crazy. Like that's gonna be crazy as hell, you know. But it's up to them now, you know. It's up to them now, and that's all we can do is see what they think, you know. So. But any of you guys have anything you want to add to it?
Yeah, like I said, us going against the Chiefs, the Chargers didn't have their starters. They didn't have Justin Herbert. Uh, we could have possibly still beaten them with Justin Herbert, possibly, like I said. But when they didn't have Herbert, it was a huge difference maker, And we're us facing the Chiefs. Chiefs, they're a tough team, even though they're not a deep threat team like they used to be, but they're still dangerous. I wouldn't count them out. They also are good in the running game, which they never have been good in the running game until they, after Tyreek Hill was gone, they were more of a running team. Now they're like balanced, but they're not a deep threat. But I don't think we could still, Travis Kelsey is going to be our Achilles heel every time, you know. So us beating them, I don't know. I just don't see it. I really don't see it happening. I mean, they played their worst game. I think a few times they've been a little bit cheated, or they just were made stupid decisions. Like with Buffalo, they almost came back and beat them, and they should have beat them, but they didn't. Buffalo owned them, and
I think like even with them not playing good, it'd be the best time for the AP to take advantage of it, dude. I mean,
yeah,
beating KC, good or not, man, beating KC is beating KC. I mean, that's gonna fucking be a big deal for the coach, regardless, and then that can be a great deal. I mean, I've seen even more reports saying that even after the win, that AP or Mark is open to a new regime, and it's up to AP and Champ to keep the job going forward, you know. So like I said, I hope that they can. I hope that it works out for them. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, this Chiefs game is going to be a big game for them. I don't care how they look at it. Same with that Broncos game at the end of the season in our house, in the season out. It's going to be another big game there. The Colts game, I don't really think it really fucking matters. I mean, even if we go out and win every game, we would have to hope that the Chiefs lost every single game. Then we're asking like the Broncos to lose 2 games or something of the fact in order to, and one of the games have to be to us to be able to split the division. So it's just to us, you know, like to where we win it. And then a lot of things, you know, it's going to take a lot of things, and then that's at 9-8, and then you're still hoping that other teams or just fall the fuck off the face of the earth, dude, and don't win another game. So, like I said, I think for him, I think if we win the Chiefs game, I think at that point, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it's going to serve if I mean, fuck, I don't know, because man, Aiden got 4 games, 3 more games. So fuck if he can come out, keep playing this type of game. I mean, even at 4 touchdowns, it was 248 yards. I mean, with a game like that, you would have thought it would have been like 300-400 yards. You know what I mean? But what was it? It was 248, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 120.7 QBR is what he had, which is pretty fucking good. I ain't gonna lie, that was a really good game. But I don't know. You have anything you want to add, Noah? Or
Well, like you guys have been saying, the Chiefs are a completely different team to what we just played. Um, they're a kryptonite. Let's face it. We've beaten them once in the past 11 or 12 times. We have yet to beat Patrick Mahomes at home. The last time we beat or the Chiefs in December, I believe, was 2011, which was also in Kansas City. And if it wasn't 2011, it was 2012. It's one of the years that Matt Castle was their QB there. Um, it's gonna be a tough matchup. If we're looking at a realistic opportunity to win, I would reckon it's a long shot. Upsets can happen. I wouldn't count on it because of the talent disparity and the consistency of Andy Reid's game planning against the Raiders being so effective. Uh, I guess a plus side for us is that our defense, they held them to, they were stopping them in the first time we played them this year. And then we collapsed in, 331 points. So their defense is still the same. It's still one of the best in the league. So there's zero chance that we have some type of outing like we had yesterday. It's gonna be one of those games where it comes down to defense and in the cold weather as well. We have to see how O'Connell does in the hostile Kansas City cold atmosphere. He played in Purdue. There's a positive there. We can look at tape. Indiana, in the winter, December gets cold as hell. Especially when there's freezes and stuff like that. Well, this will be new territory for him. This will be new territory for Antonio Pierce. Let's see. Just I think the best advice would just to be try to keep the momentum alive. Keep it alive during practice. Keep it alive in film sessions. Keep analyzing. It's just it's tough to think because I want to have optimism and I want to be able to say words that will get delude me into thinking that we have a shot at winning, but the odds they're not favorable.
Yeah, it makes it a lot harder. A lot harder to be able to go on and win these last three, knowing that two of the teams here, one has our number and the other is just getting better as it's going forward, without a doubt. So, there's a lot to be yet to be determined. This is the next topic I wanted to get into is can the Raiders offense keep this up? Say again. What did you say, Rudy?
I didn't say anything. I was muted.
Oh, did somebody say something? All right. Either way, can this Raiders offense keep this up? I'm gonna start with you, Noah. Do you think that this Raiders offense is for real? Do you think they really found something? Do you think that it was just something that they stumbled across because their team's not playing well? That it was Staley's day to be his day was coming to an end already, or do you believe that this was a really good time for our team to put it together and put the nail in the coffin for him?
Well, it's a bit of both. The Chargers, they were obviously on the downside. Not Anthony Lynn, Staley. He's, we've known he's been a fraud for years now. And the general public knows that he was not a good coach for the or good fit at least for the Chargers. Our offense. There's parts there that looked incredible. I'll give us that. Uh, I'm trying to think of words right now. Uh, the Chiefs, they've lost three of their last four. This is their bye week. They lost to the Eagles, the Packers, and the Bills. There's a real shot that we go into the Christmas game with them, maybe even losing to the Patriots if something crazy happens. They're not playing well. Their offense, outside of the game they
You
played
guys
against
talk for a
us.
minute. I'm gonna run in and grab something to drink. So once you're done, then Rudy and Eric, you guys talk between each other on this topic. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Right. All right. So outside the Raiders game, since their bye week, they haven't put up 20 points in any of their games. That's been a trend with us this year, the lack of games to get above getting 20 points. So it's safe to say their offense is in a bit of a slide at the moment. The receivers not being able to catch balls would definitely be an advantage for us. Especially with our cornerbacks playing, and we're just safeties, defensive backs. Everyone's playing much better. Trevon Merrick and Marcus Epps, they've really stepped their game up in the past 3-4 weeks. Nate Hobbs still his usual self, Devon Diablo and Roger Spillane just locking down the middle. So you have the talent is there for us to stop the Kansas City offense, and more so to answer Dustin's question of can the offense keep this up? If we keep, how do I phrase this? If we keep the same, mentality that we had against LA, where we're able to catch them off guard early and we're able to run trick plays, we had a scoring play where Brandon Bolden was in the Wildcats. It was something that it just still baffles me. If we're able to get Kansas City confused like that, we would be in for a dogfight. Even last year when we lost by 1 point to KC in Arrowhead, it was a close game. Trey Tucker and Aiden O'Connell, they're gonna have to, have that connection going like they did last night in order to keep that game close. Akin to what Carr and Adams did in last year. So I think that in order to keep if the offense can maintain it, but there's, the probability that it won't happen. One of y'all can go.
Can they keep it up? I would hope so, right? I would hope so. But against the Chiefs, and man, that defense really isn't really all that people think it is. Honestly, I'm not saying go out there and put up 50, but at least like Dustin said, 28 and keep it close, keep it competitive. If we can come out on fire and come up with a game plan like we did against the Chargers, why not? I mean, we have the arsenal. We have Devontae. We have Trey Tucker, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs. If he does play, and we have the arsenal. We have the skill. And now that Bo Hargrave is gonna agree to call plays from the booth, Skyview versus being on the field, that's gonna play a big part in a lot that goes on against the Chiefs and going forward. So you can keep it up. I'm confident they can. Like, to me, it's not a fluke game. I'm confident they can go out there and score. Not that many points, but score. Keep it close. I guess the other Chiefs that is kind of like they're kind of right now. They're kind of relying too much on Patrick and not so much on the defense. Like Mahomes has to go out there and be basically Superman for them to win. And it's showed against the Packers, against the Bills, excuse me, a few other teams. So just catch them off guard and come prepared because it's Sunday, bro. Anybody can lose anytime. Like the Packers just lost to I need to do that. For God's sakes, easily possible.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think that this offense will show up against the Kansas City the same way, or do you think they're going to fall out? Do you think Josh comes in, has another 20-point game or 20-point game, 20, 30-yard game? Or do you think that he'll come in and, go for 100? I mean, how do you see our offense faring against their defense?
Well, this season I can't really go that deep, but against the Chiefs, it all depends on if mainly our guys are there, number one, because having a full arsenal plays a big part in how your offense goes. But going against the Chiefs, like I mentioned before, come with a game plan, come prepared, and have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D all together. I'm pretty sure now, they're playing right now, but on Monday when they practice, plan a plan. Like, plan a plan. Know what's coming ahead of you before it comes. Which is why Aiden gets so good against the Packers this time because he knew what was coming for him this game. He knew Khalil coming for his head. He was ready for it. He was prepared. This time around, Aiden knows Chris Jones is coming for your neck. Which means that Luminor is going to have to neutralize him. And that will open up, lanes for others to catch the ball or to run the ball. I'm not pressured about that. It's just, can they do it consistently for more than 2 weeks? I think they can. It just depends on how they practice. Because how you practice affects how you play on Sunday.
Do you think that Aiden is going to show up multiple touchdowns, or do you think it'll turn back into one touchdown type game for him?
Ooh, four tutties.
I think it'll probably be one touchdown personally, maybe more field goals, but it's different because the Chargers. It was the turnovers that really hurt the Chargers. The defense did a lot, and Aiden just converted on those turnovers. But it just, it looked really bad, though, how bad this team. I mean, this team looked good against us in LA. Their defense looked good. Our defense looked good. It was a close game, The reason why it was close because Mad Max Crosby, he was coming after Justin Herbert, but man, it just looked like you said, it was a freaking John Madden game and everything. And they were there to tank it. They did not come to win. I mean, you don't have your quarterback.
I mean, when I was sitting here looking at my deals, you got Devontae with the touchdown, Mayer with the touchdown, Tucker with 2 touchdowns, Mayer the tight end with the touchdown. You got Zeus with the touchdown. You got fucking Jack Jones with the touchdown. I mean, you got all kind of crazy shit going on in this game massively. You know what I mean? So that's why I think when you're looking at going in against the Chiefs game is, do you think that, the reality is when we played good teams with this team, we've been stagnant numerous times. Is that going to keep happening after this game? And it can't happen. You know what I mean? Like, it can't happen. We need to be able to go out there and put up 2 touchdowns, quarterback-wise, halfback, things like that. You got what you have. Well, I don't know if that's someone's topic, so I don't want to fucking Let me see real quick.
Yeah.
It is. So, long story short, either way, man. I mean, like I said, the offense is going to need to keep it up, in my opinion, going forward. So, like I said, outside of that, we're going to go to what Noah's topic. Which one do you want to talk about, Noah? You want to talk about Zamir or Kuntz?
We can talk about Malcolm Kuntz first.
All right, there you go.
All right. Yeah, so as you all know, Malcolm Kuntz, since Josh McDaniels has been fired, he's been balling out, and he did so again. Last night, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 5 pressures. Again, he's been balling. I know, Dustin, last year you were calling out that Kuntz was going to have a breakout year. It only took
Yep.
another season for him to develop, but he's entering that, third or second tier, like the low second tier of pass rushers that you can be counting on almost every week to get you, you know, pressures, to hurry the quarterback, make him uncomfortable. I got some stats from the previous month, which I'm gonna read out to y'all right now to see what he's been performing. Like, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles as he did last night, and then in the past month, he's had 19 pressures, and I believe this is on a 13% win rate of the snaps that he's on, which is that's a really good number for an edge rusher. That's that's something that you should be very proud of. That's Max Crosby 21 levels of diligence, and the explosiveness for Malcolm Kuntz is just on display on the stat sheet and even in the film. Last night he took on Rashawn Slater, and he made him look horrible. I mean
You
horrible.
made him look like his bitch.
Yeah, he made him look like how Max Crosby made Storm Norton look in 21. It was horrible for the Chargers. It was just a cherry on top of a very bad night for them. But for Kuntz to do that to a top 3 right tackle or left tackle in the league, especially with everyone else being injured now, that's one hell of an accomplishment. And not even that, he had a 91.6 PFF grade, the second highest in the team, besides Jack Jones yesterday. It's it's a coming out party for Malcolm Kuntz, and he has finally woken up. If he can keep his production like this, because we have another year of him under his rookie deal. If we can keep him like this, or he continues performing like this, you better watch your back. You better have, at least another blocker on him. Teams are going to have to be having an extra tight end in packages, or having a running back try to chip in or get a chip on either Max or Malcolm, because it's not going to be fun if you're going to leave either one of those guys, one-on-one. We'll see how he does this week, see if he continues a trend, but I would put money on him having another dominant game. And it's also, finally just so good to see another player from the Mayo Gruden era just develop and, show the fruits of labor after so long, trying to get rid of whatever stink of that terrible drafting they had was. Kuntz, he's him. That's all there is to it. He's him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think Kuntz has been my guy since day one. I've literally said since day fucking one, 10 plus sacks, fucking Malcolm Kuntz, man. Like I've just been huge due to this guy. To sit here and watch this guy start popping up, this year, especially since Josh left and Graham has actually been like, hey, let's actually look. This is massive for us because when you're going into the off season and you're trying to look for people to replace people And, going forward into next season, being able to count on Kuntz being a starting guy next year, if he keeps up this type of shit going forward, is going to be massive. He can run down people. He's fucking athletic as shit, dude. He's got inside outside bend, dude. He can get underneath a guy. He can chop a guy. I mean, Kuntz is danger, dude. Like, Kuntz is a dangerous type player. Max gets healthy, dude. Not playing on his fucked up knee, it's just gonna be even more dangerous. So, like I said, Kuntz is my guy, dude, and watching him show up over the last few weeks has just been massive, dude. Like I'm ecstatic for him, dude. I mean, like I said, I really, really like fucking Malcolm Kuntz, dude. So, Eric, you have anything you want to add to it?
Kuntz, hey, Dustin, you said it right. Kuntz is legit.
Hey, Holly, that is funny. Kuntz, Cortez did say that. I ain't gonna lie. I gave him so much shit on that. He said that we were gonna cut him for that Niner fan, dude. So.
Right, and he said it worked out, right? Kuntz is proven.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't mean to cut you off. But when she said that, I had to bring that shit up real quick. Because I told him right away. I was like, bullshit.
He's still here.
You know that little meme where that little kid's in the car seat and he's like, bullshit. That's exactly what I thought. But all right, go.
But yeah, Kuntz is legit. Like, he's proven to be one of the second best linebackers to come out of Buffalo. Period. He has shown he's the meaning of slow development, proven on the field. Because his first season was okay. It was all right, but he got better with each season, and it's great that he has Max right there, just a mentor, making him better. So this is gonna be even scarier if he develops and Tyree develops. Oh my God, that's gonna be a scary D line.
Slew down.
That's gonna be a scary D line if them two develop way better come next season. And then with Max mentoring them, coaching them, it's going to be a scary side on that D-line. It's going to be scary. Because he showed that he could do his work without even Max being there. Max caused the pressure, but Kuntz was the one to force that fumble, which Jonathan Hankins ran it in there for the tutty. He's doing all this, like, He's proven, give me a chance. Let me show you how good I am. And if he's doing it. I'm happy when I'm seeing. I cannot wait to see how he develops, in the off season. As he gets stronger, gets better, gets smarter, gets more, has a stronger IQ for what's going on. But other than that, he did his thing. Better not trade him, by the way. Better not trade him. Better not cut him. At all. He's a special talent that's going to only get better as he plays more snaps.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. He's been doing really good, man. Rudy, you have anything you want to add to it?
Yes. I like Malcolm Kuntz, and when you said something about it, I'm always optimistic. I don't always say anything until I see the results. He comes from the same school that Khalil Mack came from. He's like what you call the little Mac, but he is a good pass rusher. He doesn't go exactly like Mack. Mack goes like on the inside. He goes completely on the outside, which is the smartest move to do when you're not a real big defensive end. You're a smaller end, but yeah, he's. I was mad at Josh McDaniels for not playing him at all last year because with Gruden, he sacked Patty Mahomes twice in KC, and then he got mad at him because he didn't do a play right in practice, and then they had Chandler Jones over him, and he was actually better than Chandler Jones. And I was thinking that Josh McDaniels was looking for an out to get rid of Malcolm Kuntz, because he'll get rid of someone he doesn't like. He doesn't care what people think and everything, And Kuntz, he's a good player, and he's a starter. That's my thing, and I think that he may not get the numbers, but he'll get the pressure. Because sometimes Khalil Mack will get double teamed. But as soon as he's free, then Khalil Mack gets free, and then one of them gets the quarterback. That's usually how it happens. And I think Kuntz is very, very critical to keep. And the reason why our defense looks good is because of Max and Malcolm Kuntz. Those guys are the most productive players in that pass rush. And yeah, he's definitely legitimate, no doubt. Facts.
Yeah, I think, like I said, as time goes on, man, I hope that they just keep bringing him on that outside. Finally, just give him the role permanent. I mean, the way that they're rotating people is working out really good. So I would just keep up what they're doing. I would just like to see over the off season this year, Kuntz bulk up a little bit more, see what he can do in what I think is final year for us. I think it's his last year in his contract next year, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how that fares for him going forward. You guys have anything else you want to add on this, or?
Not that I can think of yet.
All right. Well, Noah, you want to go to your next topic for?
Yeah, we can talk about Zeus.
What the hell just happened there? Yeah, Zeus's Zamir White's starting debut, basically.
Right. Well, compared to how Jacobs has been running the ball this year, Zamir White actually was pretty good. You saw the similarities between him and Jacobs. Running between the tackles. In his first game, getting more than 15 snaps in his career, I think he was sufficient. He kept the running game together. They gave the ball to him a good amount of times. I believe they gave him the ball a total of 17 times on runs. So, they definitely utilized him in the game today, or last night, my bad. So he was used. We saw him in goal line packages. I believe both times they were in a goal line package or they were inside the 5-yard line. They gave Zeus the rock, and I think on the second time he scored the touchdown there in the first quarter. That was the first score of the game. And outside of Zeus, the other running backs, they got their fair share of yards
Salute,
too.
Turkey. Appreciate you, bro.
Josh Jacobs was out for the game. He was, I would say, productive. I wouldn't exactly call it efficient, but compared to what he had shown us in preseason games from the past 2 years, I was very much out on Jacobs. I wasn't really a fan when we drafted Jacobs on White. I wasn't a fan when we drafted him. 69 yards last night, and 17 carries. For the first career start for him, it's not bad. It's over 4 yards a carry. Of course, a touchdown to boot, and he had a few receptions on top. Especially in the early drives when they were relying on him a whole lot more, he was moving the ball. He was getting first downs. So that's something that I thought was important to note as well. He proved that we don't necessarily need Jacobs in this lineup in order to, win, I guess.
Yeah, because he was 17 for 69 yards, averaging 4.1 yards per carry, 1 touchdown, 15 for long, 3 receptions for 16 yards, 5.3 yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty good for him to be coming out after a guy I gave so much shit about.
Yeah. Me too. He was targeted, I believe, 6 times, I believe. But, I believe PFF, they use targets differently than I would. They use it more in a retrospect point where they look at film and see if the ball's intended to go to the receiver. So, you know, if the 50% catches or 50% of the targets he was able to catch, 0 drops, that's also important. It was nice to see him actually not suck on the football field. And when Jacobson comes back next week, I do wonder if they will utilize Zamir more often. Because he's literally a clone to Jacobs this year. He's a clone. If you swap their jerseys, I pretty much guarantee you wouldn't be able to tell who was who.
Facts, production wise, the way look at the way that he ran into that one play where he did have that 15 yard. He pulled off that dude. He was about to be gone. He was about to take the fuck off, and that dude barely shoestring tackled him to save that shit right there. But the only thing is, like I say, is like I don't want to confuse playing against a team that was either planning to tank or sit out one way or the other, because it's like I said, in this game, even with the 63 points or anything of those factors, we still, Aiden's stats was 240, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 120 QBR. Adams had 8 receptions for 101, 12.6 per average, 24 long, 1 touchdown. Then you get to Mayer. He had 2 receptions, 32, 16 long, 22, or 16 average, 22 long, 1 touchdown. Then you go to Tucker. He had 3 for 59, 19.7, 30 long, 2 touchdowns. Then you go to a tight end, 4 for 39, 9.4 or 9.8, 13 long, 1 touchdown. Renfro don't have shit. 0 all the way across the deal. It's like every guy on this team got numbers. Renfro ass don't got no numbers. It's like it just shows up each week after each week. You know how you said earlier, Kuntz having what'd you say, the second best grade is what he had? And
yeah,
you have
on defense, he had the second best grade, I believe.
Yeah, you had Jack Jones, 4 solos, 1 assist, 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 94.3 coverage grade, 1 reception allowed for 2 yards on 3 targets, big stop on 3rd down, fighting through block, pick 6 to the house. Like, this dude had a massive fucking game. I said this guy reminded me of Charles Woodson, dude, because if you go back to our live about the Vikings, I said, hey, that dude had that motherfucker's number right there in that beginning, dude, where he read that play the same way. This is what made Woodson so famous, dude, and this is what I harped about Peters on our team the whole fucking time. I said, why is it all the time that we get these old motherfuckers at the end of their shit that can't do what they've been taught their whole fucking career, be the player that they were supposed to be? He plays too far. Guess who ain't playing way the fuck off, that's playing at what they should have been? Jack Jones, dude. That guy, when he reads those slants like no one's business, bro. He has that shit on tap, dude. Like on this play, he fucking came out and threw. He just darted through. Fucking jump back, boom, fucking catch it one hand, like, see you later, bitch, right to the house. I'm like, oh, what the? That was nasty as fuck, dude. Like, it was nasty. That was nasty. Charles Woodson was that same motherfucker. That Vikings game, dude, when he fucking read dude off on the left side right there, dude, when the slant, he fucking hopped it. He had the chance. He dropped it, and he knew it, man. Like, when you see shit like that, that shit reminds me of 98 Charles Woodson, dude. Like, I'm like, oh, man, this guy right here, you don't want to start throwing slant plays on a motherfucker like this. This guy's going to pick you off to the house multiple times. That's why Charles has all those interceptions to the house, because of shit just like that, you know? So I think Jack Jones is a steal, bro. I think that dude was a steal. I think he's a great fucking player. And I don't mean to get off of Zamir, but man, that Jack Jones was a fucking steal. And thank you, Patriots, for fucking letting us get him in the fucking waiver wire. Really do appreciate you, man. Like, fucking pat on your back, bro. Sending you guys a Christmas card. Big old fuck you. But the Zamir deal, I mean, I think you make a point like with Josh. You know, Josh has been struggling all year long, all year. You know, coming back to Mac not having a game in here. Fucking Zamir fucking getting it 17 times for 69 yards. We just had Josh for 13 for fucking 30 yards. At 2.9 yards per carry. He's had it multiple times throughout the year. I've said it, dude. Zeus and him should have been tandem backed. I've said it all year long that they should have ran the tandem back deal, and Zeus should have been going off the back of him. Look, man, I've always said players. I only have my opinion of players. It does just because I speak on a player, it doesn't mean that I know every fucking thing about them. Okay, I research them a lot, dude. I study them a lot, watch a lot of film on them. I'm fucking wrong too. I say it all the time. I don't come here with the knowledge of I'm correct on every fucking thing I speak about. I try to come with as much facts as I can for sure about it, but I'm going to be proven wrong too. And when I sit here and watch with Zamir, I said he's about the most running in the back of a line motherfucker there is, dude. And then you start watching game like this, dude, where he was pushing off and fighting on motherfuckers, and where he ripped off that dude, damn near would have taken a big time fucking play right there. You know, you start seeing shit like that coming from our backups. That's why we drafted these guys, is for that talent, and we can't just neglect talent of players just because of other people sitting in front of them. Like, you have to play the best people on the team, and I just feel like going into this Chiefs game, we can't get one-sided with individuals, dude. It's even the Brandon Bolden fucking play with the Wildcat, dude. Like, whatever it takes to win, you have to do, man. Like, you can't just sit here and say, oh, we think we're better than this because of our players or who. You got to use every player available, dude. And I think, like I said, with Bolden and all of them, man, they got to play everybody. They got to play everybody. That's all I'm trying to say. I like Zeus and what he's done. I mean, this game just showed if you can just use everybody, man, we can be a very dangerous team, dude. And I think that's what we need to do for sure. And I don't think we need to get away from it. I don't think we need to go into the Chiefs game and revolt back to like fucking what we've been doing all year, one touchdown or anything of those, you know. He said Jack Jones was my topic. Fuck. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Dude, Jack Jones is a badass motherfucker, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like that. Yeah. I like that motherfucker a lot, dude. I like the way that he looks. I like the way I said, dude, if you looked at him with the way that he played in the Patriots' rookie year, he played fucking lights out. That's why they let J.C. Jackson go to the Chargers. They didn't have an issue, and they didn't even try to trade him. They literally let him walk. So they knew they had a replacement there, but something went down last year, and a lot of things. It could have been personal with Bill. It could have been personal a lot of ways, because even he spoke about how he said, like, Bill said that he was out on curfew at a place or something, and he even claimed, like, bullshit, I wasn't. But I think he said the Commanders game is where he said it. But long story short, you know, if this guy is the real deal, we got to steal, because we have him for 2 more years off that waiver because it's his rookie contract. So we got to fucking steal. And I've always said, the one thing about the Raiders, we always find corners throughout our history. And boy, if we got lucky on this motherfucker, like, thank goodness, because guys like this guy, they are, like I said, man, he has so much Charles Woodson trait in him. It's not even fucking funny. This guy, he watches tape. He studies fucking people. And when I say it, people are like, oh, yeah, but he just did it on back. Bullshit. He did it on 2 players the same fucking way. He studied on Dobbs. He studied on this motherfucker. And even the little bit of tape that he's seen, or the little bit of shit that he's seen, he knew that when motherfuckers win in a certain way or something, he committed the whole way. He didn't just fucking guess. He knew. He committed from sitting out here and wrap the fuck around and right on through. Like, he knew. He wasn't fucking guessing. He fucking knew where that shit was heading. So, and I said in that Vikings game, he did the same shit, dude. And when you have shit like that, that means that he's anticipating something that he watched on film that he knows, and he's seen that from the fucking quarterback. And I've said, dude, like guys like him are few and far between. And I mean, fuck, if this guy shows up, it's going to be a great asset to us. So, like I said, I like him a lot, man. But again, I like Zeus. I hate to get off this topic, but I like fucking Jack Jones better. No, I'm just kidding, fucking. But you have anything you want to add, Rudy? You want to
Yeah,
add
the
to it?
Zamir White. I think Zamir White. I've been saying this before. He's a good East and West running back. I would like to see him do more outside runs more than inside runs, because if you can utilize both him, like you're saying with him and Josh Jacobs, you can put them both in split forms, and it makes defenses think. And they did this before. They made it think that they were going to give it to Josh Jacobs. Instead, they gave it to Zamir White, and he ran a long outside long run. It was like Josh Jacobs became a fullback. So yeah, and yeah, I know about that whole Chargers thing, or
Absolutely.
not Chargers. Actually, it was a Broncos. I think it was the Broncos. No, it was the Chargers thing with. I remember Keenan Allen saying, "I'm gonna have some barbecue chicken after I burn every corner," and I remember that years ago, and yeah, and he, yes, like Keenan Allen ate those words, but he wouldn't say nothing because he never played, and I'm just gonna say that from that comment. But yeah, Zamir White, though, I think he needs to be utilized in the outside runs a little bit. He can run on the inside, but not that effective like Josh Jacobs. Jacobs is more body control. He can. It's hard to tackle him because he's got those strong legs and he's very shifty. Uh, Zamir White is not very shifty, but he has a quick stride. He's got a quick stride. He's a 6 foot tall running back, but he's kind of a little bit more like a Darren McFadden. McFadden was a tall running back, but I would say that it depends on who our head coach is. I think you can utilize Zamir White. I think that's what you can do. And but to say that he's a replacement for Josh Jacobs, that's an overstatement. I don't see that. I mean, could it in time? Maybe. That's a big maybe, but that depends on the head coach. Right now, I would say not now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, what did they give a status on Josh after this deal? Well, obviously it's just Friday, so they ain't gonna speak shit until I forget it was Thursday, and either way, so we probably won't even hear nothing about him until Tuesday, probably Tuesday. And then when is fucking Christmas? Is it on Monday? Is Christmas Monday or Sunday?
I think it's Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
Make sure.
I think so.
So
Let me look at
fucking,
my calendar.
are they not having regular football then? I guess.
Wait, hang on. Yesterday was the 14th, right?
Fucking today's
Yeah,
the 15th,
today's the
I think.
15th. Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
Christmas is on the Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Christmas is Monday.
yeah.
So yeah, dude, it's just like I said, it just fucking, you're gonna get on a Monday night fucking Christmas Day football. Is it Monday night the game, or is it gonna be like Monday?
I think it's Monday, so I think it's 12 p.m. Central, so that's like 10 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah,
or
that's
10 a.m.
even.
Pacific.
Yeah, that means everybody wakes up, opens their presents, and then gonna fucking watch motherfuckers make snowmen or snow angels in the fucking snow, So I don't know, man. This is gonna be a tough one right here, dude. Because what do we get? They get a week in what it'll be like week in 3-4 days, huh? 4 days. So they're gonna get time here, so it'll give them time for them to change up the offense, for Bo to change up the offense for them, like, because you don't want to leave out of here doing the same shit, obviously. Like, you want to be able to go over there, and be able to have your team calculated to something different, dude. And I've said doing these trick plays and shit like that is something we need to do. We have all the players to do it. You even have like Jacoby, which is a good quarterback that can throw the ball. I mean, he even he was the one that threw the touchdown, wasn't he? That threw it to fucking what's his name? Fucking God damn it! Why am I spacing that motherfucker? He threw it to Devontae, didn't he? He was the one that threw
Yeah,
Devontae's
Jacoby.
touchdown, I think. Yeah, Jacoby
Yeah,
did. Yeah, so like I said, I just think with all the players we have, all the people we have, everything we got going on, man, we should use everything to our advantage to better them, going into this game. Because, like I said, dude, if AP plans on keeping the job or plans on keeping the job as the head coach, that game's going to matter. And it matters more than people realize because beating the Chiefs is big time for the Raiders, dude. And if he can do it on Christmas Day, it's going to be even bigger, I mean, that's going to be a massive game, dude. It's prime time, dude. Literally every motherfucker ain't doing shit but opening presents and watching the Raiders just like today or yesterday. Like that game right there, to me, I said it was dumb of the Chargers to go do it and for us to go beat them because of us swapping picks. But it had way more ratifications behind it than people realized because that was a prime time fucking game. So Staley did not want to get 63 done. Look, if it was on a Sunday with fucking, 20 teams, 30 teams playing or fucking 26 teams playing, probably wouldn't have mattered as much. But fucking since it's the only motherfucking game everybody's watching, it most definitely fucking mattered a lot, So it mattered so much they didn't just fire the head coach, they fired the fucking GM and everybody. They're like, yeah, fuck you motherfuckers. So like I said, man, that shit, it's a way bigger deal. And in this game on Christmas, for me, I've said it. I've been saying it for the whole year. I've said it every time everybody's brought it up about AP. I said, hey, that fucking Chiefs game on fucking Christmas, it's gonna have way more. It's gonna have way more meaning behind it than anything because, like I said, a lot of people are not anticipating him to go in there and do anything. And when you go into a game like this, where you go put up 63, I said it's kind of like you dig your own grave because you show like, hey, this is what the team is capable. But then when we get over here on Christmas Day in this atmosphere with this type of deal, do we just get 14 and stay there? And does the defense actually hold Mahomes? Like that would be massive. And then that again, it proves my point that that Patrick Graham should have the interview because his shit is clicking. The other side of shit ain't clicking at all. So outside of it, I think, like I said, there'll be a lot to be determined. Going forward on there. So. What about the defense, man? Do you think that this defense is for real? Do you think like the defense of the side of the ball is for real after so many games that's been played this year? What's your take? Do you believe that the defense is real, or do you need to see more? Like, what's your take on it?
You want me to answer it?
Yeah.
Or
Noah, and then you go.
Noah first. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first then. So, it feels like our defense, when they need to, when they're expected to beat up on lesser opponents or less talented opponents, less prepared opponents.
Salute, Mel. Appreciate
like
you, bro.
the, for example, the Vikings last week, or the Chargers, or the Jets or Giants.
Salute,
when it feels like we have to play against those types of teams, especially since McDaniels was fired, the defense has come to play. But and even against Miami, aside from the Tyreek touchdown, it was pretty quiet for the Miami offense. The only black spot one can say was the Chiefs game, but even then the defense was lights out for the first quarter. Since McDaniels has been fired, I have my trust in the defense has increased tenfold. I'm watching the players, guys on the interior line that weren't really having that big of an impact beforehand. As I mentioned before, Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Kuntz are finally coming into their own as well. So the pass rush and the run defense, they've been improving throughout the year, and they've taken massive leaps. Since the end of October. So yeah, I think this defense is legit. Only one game allowed where they've given up more than 30 points, and every other game has been at 20 or, lower than that. And that's always a positive sign, no matter what teams you're playing. Well, I guess the Chargers game last night, they scored 21, but it was garbage time at that point. But yeah, anyways, I do trust this defense to get the job done. They're forcing more turnovers. They're, like I said, creating more pressure. They're giving more headaches to OCs in the NFL. So, yeah, I trust this deal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. The more and more that I watched it, the more and more that I pay attention, because it was something that I advocated about people the whole entire time is like, how do you say that you're in this deal if you have no production? How do you say this if you have nothing to show for it? I got video after video of saying it. And then, like, when you're sitting here watching Graham shit week in and week out, fucking only getting better and better and better, dude. And it's just like, damn, man, this team could have been killer if we would have just had the offensive side of the ball going. This shit would have been a fucking plus. Like, we would be in the playoffs competing. We wouldn't just get to the playoffs. We would be in the playoffs competing. And that's just a shame, dude. Like, it's just horrible that you can sit here and look at the team that we have. And sitting here, like, there's multiple times where I've said, like, don't get me wrong, Jack Jones matters massively, because I spoke on that. I even said at the trade deadline about the players. I said when we could have traded for players, we need a quarterback, DB, fucking cornerback, quarterback, fucking defensive tackle, fucking DN. You got Kuntz showing up, Arden, or I said Arden. You got fucking Tyree Wilson getting pushed to the inside, and Butler's popping up now. You got fucking Jack Jones go to the corner. You got a lot of things that's changed that's going to help, and I think you're going to have Faceum coming in this upcoming week. You got a lot of things that are changing the way that the structure of our team is actually starting to look now. It sucks, like, sitting there watching Aiden have this type of game where you can go out here and deplete a team like this, but we haven't been doing this all year. That's something I've been saying the whole fucking time about Tucker, Mayer, all these guys, the options. If we had fucking another quarterback here that had the experience with them, what he would be doing. Like, I literally been saying that the whole time, and then you get to preview it right here in this type of game. And salute, James, appreciate you, bro. That you see it in this type of game. And then you're sitting here thinking, like, fuck, why couldn't that shit been happening the whole fucking time? Like, why in the hell do we have to play the Vikings game to go get nothing done? And then all of a sudden now we're like, all right, this is how we can play. Like, I get it, dude. We all got to learn on the fly. And, like, the more and more that you start seeing games like this pop up, I'm not going to lie. Like, listen, I'm a big-time Harbaugh guy. Like, there's no fucking doubt in my mind. But you see games like this start popping up, and then it's like, fuck, do you really want to move off of fucking AP? And then you say, like, all right, is Bo Hardegree coming into his? Is he finally getting his shit together? Like, how is this really shaping away? That's why I'm saying the Chiefs game and the Broncos game are going to most definitely indicate that. I don't think Colts game has zero fucking meaning in it. In my point, I think it's just a fucking game in the middle of the two games that matter. But at the same time, I mean, I get it that they're probably playing tough football, so probably to people they'll advocate, yeah, it doesn't mean something in that. To me, I think the division games mean way more. It's more of seeing where our team stands with our coach within the division, especially with those type of coaches, Andy Reid and Sean Payton. You're talking about elite fucking, and then you're talking about a fucking player that just come out of football as a fucking with the Super Bowl ring, and then really no coaching backing whatsoever. So that shit matters. So if you're watching the way he comes out in those games playing them, it's going to indicate a lot. And just like I said with Bo, do you get into the Chiefs and then play what's that dude's name? Spagnuolo? Is that his name? Spagnuolo? Fucking
Yeah,
the
Steve
defensive
Spagnuolo.
coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna play him, and then he has more fucking grass on their team and more defense. Does he shut down Aiden and bring the pressure that should have been brought inside there? Again, Khalil Mack has no effect on the team here. But let's be fucking real. It's not like we put any fucking buddy special. It was the same motherfuckers in there first time as it was the second time. So pretty much, I think even in the same thing because I think Colton was hurt too. So like I said, I mean, it's not like we were changing fucking a lot of things there for it. So what was the cause of it? Was it just that he got a little? Were they playing harder football? Were they like There's so many questions that could be answered, and I don't have the answers to them. So there's no really point to ask the questions. So in my opinion, like I said, there could be fucking 100 million of them. All I do know is whatever the fuck they were the first time, they weren't the fucking problem the second time. So, and now you're going to be going against the Chiefs, dude, that are getting geared up to go to the playoffs. Just like I said last year, dude, these motherfuckers ain't going to be benching motherfuckers. They're not sitting people. It don't matter if it's week fucking 17 and they play the Raiders. They're playing their fucking starters because they're not going to let us get no easy fucking win. Like, that's facts. And Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are going to most definitely say that to their team, and they're not going to allow it. So, but you have anything you want to add, Rudy? You have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I do want to say about the defenses. Yeah, Mad Max Crosby, he makes the whole team look really good. He just flies everywhere, and I think right now though I do like our linebacker core. I do like Spillin, and and I still like Trevon Merrick. I don't care what anybody says about him. I think he's a good safety. I think he needs to be utilized differently, but he did better this year than last year. But I'd like to see him do even better. But we got to improve our defense, and that's by adding more weapons so that Mad Max doesn't do too much. Because if he does too much, he's going to get hurt. Like he did, messed his knee up and everything. But our defense is not elite. I think it's better than last year, definitely. But it could still improve. I still want to add more weapons on that defense. And I like the way the defense played better. I mean, the defense looked like it played a lot better after Josh McDaniels was gone. And it's like Patrick Graham could do what he always wanted to do. They were more themselves, and I don't think our defense is good enough to truly stop Patrick Mahomes, especially with Travis Kelce. That's the biggest problem, is that guy. He's impossible against almost any linebacker. It's like no linebacker can cover him, no safety can cover him, no corner can cover him. He's just like almost unstoppable, And with the Chiefs, yes, they don't have that deep threat anymore with Tyreek Hill, but they're still a dangerous team, and they can move that ball quickly, whether it's throwing the ball, running the ball. They're still a team to be reckoned. And I think, and one thing about the Chiefs, their defense may not be like super great or anything, but they love to take risks. They will blitz a lot and cause more pressure, and that's why it's crucial to run the ball against the Chiefs, because if you don't run the ball and you're one-dimensional, they will expose you and they will blitz the shit. They do not care. They'll take the risks and they will blitz because they're counting on that offense a lot, that they'll have that defense blitz a lot, just to make the Raiders go 3 and out. That's what they want to do to us. And I think what we got to do is this. I think we'll probably, if we play our best, we'll have a close game, like they'll beat us by 2 scores, like maybe 10 points. That's if we lose to them by 10 points, we played our best game against them. But if we somehow beat them, I mean, it can happen. Like I said, anything can happen on any given Sunday. But I'm a realist. I'm not a guy who goes by fantasy and say, "Oh yeah, we could beat the Chiefs." Because I go by facts. I don't go by my heart too much. I go by my brain more than my heart. Yes, I'd love to see us beat the Chiefs. I just don't think we have the ammunition to beat the Chiefs. I mean, the defense looks like it's good enough to beat them, but it's just not enough. You got to have more than just defense to beat the Chiefs.
Salute, bro.
That's all I got to say.
No, I mean, like I said, it's got a lot, dude. Salute, Ben. Appreciate you, bro. Look, man, it's got a lot going on over there. I've said, like, with them, I think with probably you made a good point about them bringing pressure, because that's what Andy Reid and Steve will do, because they know what it takes to get after us. Like, he's really good at play calling, play scheming, things of those factors. So when he identifies something with Aiden, which he's already played him, he's going to keep taking advantage of it and exploit it until they figure it out. So with me, I've said, like, when you're playing the Chiefs, dude, and Andy, I've said, like, the Broncos have held them to 9 points this year. So teams have obviously beat them, that beat them. The Bills is what I was going to say. But long story short, in the long story short is that he doesn't like to lose back to back. He doesn't like to lose, period. I mean, that's the thing about Andy Reid, and in his house on Christmas Day, where he looks at games with games like that or have big meaning to him, man. So all I'm saying is I hope our defense can show up and get after fucking Kuntz. I do believe it'll probably be cold over there. I don't know if it'll be snowing. I mean, obviously we still got a week to go, so we'll have to wait until we get to that point. But like I said, man, I'm not gonna lie, the defense has been showing up a lot. I've said I'll eat crow on Graham. I've talked so much shit on Patrick Graham, it's not even funny. And I've said it, I'll eat crow on him. I've said if somebody was going to deserve a head coaching interview, it should be him 100%. He's turned that whole defense around massively, everything from top to bottom. AP, he's done good in helping too, because Jack Jones is his pick. I mean, I'm not going to lie. He knew him. He has relation with him. Him getting over here and playing, I mean, it was a great ad at the right time for our team. So it's like I said, there's a lot of questions, man, with the way that the end of the season is going to go for me, for AP. I've always said, like, I'm always an open mind person. I'm never just sit here and say, like, just because the way I speak or how passionate I am about shit, I've never said I know everything. So I always say, when I speak about things, I'm just speaking from my opinion, the views, the way that I look at shit, the way I study things. And if AP proves me wrong, I'm open to him just as much as I am for fucking Patrick Graham. So I'm not against a guy doing the right things and getting there the right ways at all. I've always said it, dude. And I the thing about the way I would have to say about AP staying with Graham and the defense is because would Graham went and got Jack Jones, like, if he wanted of, and AP sees it. That's what I've even spoke on in numerous of our videos before too, about AP, is if he doesn't have a playbook, if he has the player development skill where he can see certain players and be like, hey, we get this guy, bring him here, he's really good, I have relation, or he knows things. If he has that, that's massive skill set. I've said that about Ziegler. I think Ziegler has that like no one's business. So if AP has that type of skill set, dude, where he can do player development and fucking things like that, that's huge. So, and then you'd have to advocate him with Graham and all them. It's just like I said, Holly even here. Like I said, I've never been a Bo fan. I've said it from day one. I don't care. I think, like everybody has mostly said here, just should go back to the QB coach, stay there, get their time. They're all younger dudes. They got time to go. They can only get better in time. Like I said, AP, man, he's going to have to prove in this fucking Chiefs game. That's what it's going to really come down to for me. Like, I don't care. I've said the whole entire time, once he can play this Chiefs game and he can show that he's going to do something here for our team, and then going forward in the future, especially with everything that's going on, it can get crazy, So, like I said, we'll just see how that goes. You guys have anything you want to add on to this, or?
Nothing I can think of so far. I just want to get to the next topic.
No, I ain't got no shows.
All right. Well, you want to talk on one of your topics, Rudy? You want to talk on the Sherman or Khalil Mack one?
Yeah, they're pretty quick anyway. The Sherman one, I'll go. I thought it was pretty funny with Sherman, and Sherman's a shit talker, but it was kind of funny. I thought it was very comical that he said, you know what they should do to Brandon Staley? They should fire his ass and then get him an Uber to drive him home. You know, and I was like, damn, dude, you're not supposed to say that, but he said it. It was,
He don't give a fuck.
funny as hell.
Bro.
Yeah.
He don't
thought
give
that
a
was-
fuck, bro, because he's a
Yeah,
player.
it
He
was
don't care.
funny. I was cracking up laughing. Yeah, I was like laughing my ass off hearing that, you know. And I'm like, you know, I know this game. It was kind of like, you know, it was like an exhibition game or a Madden game, you know. And it's, you know, this wasn't a real Chargers game. I mean, these guys were just they were losing on purpose. They, you know, they did not come to play. They came there to lose, and we just decided, you know what? Why don't we just beat their ass anyway? We didn't care. We weren't going to tank it because the players don't want to lose. They want to win. I mean, we want to tank so we can get better draft picks, but the players, they want to play to win. They don't like losing. I understand that, though. You know, I understand the same way like you know, years past with Derek Carr, they told him to tank. Derek Carr said, "Hey, I don't tank. I play to win." You know, and those players have that same attitude. They don't want to lose. You know, they want to play and win, play to win. But yeah, I still thought that Richard Sherman comment was very funny. Like,
Hey, Sherman walked up to fucking Trent Williams and fucking talk shit, and he said, "What are you gonna do? Punch me?" He said, "Bop!" Fucking sucked right in the fucking face. So Sherman, dude, I'll tell you, he don't give a fuck. He'll say how it is. You know. You have anything you want to add on this topic here, Noah, or no?
Nah, but I do agree that, you know, when he was during the halftime when Sherman was talking about it, you know, it definitely caught me off guard when, you know, he said that they should fire him at halftime. He said, I think verbatim, I don't know if this has ever happened in the NFL before, but the Chargers should fire is his name is Stanley? I've already forgotten his name. Staley. They
Brandon
should fire
Staley,
Staley at halftime. He's been so bad. I've already forgotten what his name is. That's how terrible of a coach he was. It's, you know, as sad as it hear it or say it out loud, he was not a good coach. You know, but that was obvious. But, you know, on the topic, I thought it was, you know, it shocked me at first when I heard it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That guy, he said numerous things over the last few weeks, dude, and topics of players or coaches. He has no fucking filter, dude. Like, hey, Sherman, I'm not gonna lie, certain people are gonna make for great fucking TV, just like Draymond will probably make for great TV when he takes over Barkley's fucking job, you know. So
yeah.
he'll probably try to slap a fucking guy or something on there. I mean, literally, but. I mean, like I said, I think that shit was funny as hell, though. And he did get fucking fired. And when you have players saying shit like that on national TV, on crews and stuff that aren't just in there biting their tongue, you know, like past years, that's why dudes like that do get fired, and they should be spoke up more. And I've said it, dude. If more people spoke up freely about shit like that or advocated the right things, more people would be the fuck up out of here, and the NFL would get a lot tougher, and they wouldn't just allow anybody in those spots or just allow anybody to be a coach. You know, like they'll start changing the way that they bring people in, just like they did in college through the 2000s. Through the whole entire 2000s, man, they had hella good quarterbacks, dude, and hella high prospect quarterbacks in college. The problem was college wasn't running a pro-ready offense, dude. So a lot of those kids that were coming from college, well, a lot of them were going straight to Cleveland because Cleveland sucked dick. So they were fucking getting fuck quarterback after quarterback, and they were fucking just ruining them one after one after one because fuck they couldn't develop shit, and then none of them were coming out ready. So a lot of the quarterbacks in those whole entire 2000s, you know, early 2000s till fuck all the way into the mid and probably mid or late 2000s, that's when players obviously started getting more. They actually changed the rule in college, made them have to start establishing a pro-ready offense in certain colleges so that more of those higher draft quarterbacks coming into the NFL would be ready and be able to play. But like I said, there's been so many things that's happened over those times or the way it is. It's just weird. But one of my topics was going to be for tonight. My point is like you have to talk about to make change, and that's what I like about Sherman is how he does. He will talk to make change. One of the other topics that I had was Max is like the MJ of the NFL, smoking cigars on the TV set. Like, I mean, come on, dude. This guy, like fucking people talk about, oh, he's smoking cigars, his health, this, that, the other, and people keep on bringing up things like that. And it's like, bro, dude, like you had MJ, dude. He go out, play golf, fucking drink, fucking smoke, everything. Guy was one of the best at it at his time. Just because a guy smokes cigars or things like that doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to play or can't be the best at what they do. But the thing I ain't never seen, and I've never seen a fucking player go out on national TV again, like Sherman talking the shit he talks. I've never seen a player just literally walk out on the fucking field smoking fucking cigar, no fucking shirt on at the fucking deal, just like a fucking pimp, dude. Like, I'm telling you, Max is getting like next level stardom at the moment, dude. Like, people are finally starting to recognize him to be probably the best in the NFL at his position and what he does, because you don't just get to go around and do shit like that being just anybody, you know? Like, you get to sit there, says you didn't inhale cigars anyways. Fucking no, fuck that. I ain't on that shit.
Like
fucking
that
shit
Bill Clinton thing.
burn your fucking throat, you know?
Yeah.
I just think, like I said, at the end of the day, Max, dude, when you can watch players, you know, come the journey that he's come from, and even like the comments that he makes, he's brought it up about fucking Bosa being a little crying bitch about being held when he gets double fucking team held all the fucking time, and he never fucking cries about it, and he's even said it in you know, in fucking interviews and so on, like, what are you gonna do about it? Fucking cry about it, you know? Like, he's not about that life. And when you sit and see the transition that he's made over his whole 4 or 5 years, you know, his shit coming around real fast on a real trip, and it's badass to watch, because when you watched him last night walk up to that table, I get it. A lot of people don't think about it. Like, a lot of people don't think about, oh, Max is up here at the table, no shirt, fucking smoking a blunt, dude, or, you know, cigar. Like, people ain't looking at that shit. That's big time, dude. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it, in my opinion. I don't think I've ever seen anybody fucking do that to that level on national TV after a game like that. And I just think, like, the recognition that Max gets from people around, or how people are looking at him, dude, is just crazy, because I think that they got fucking, I think it's cool that we get Max, dude, that where people say about the draft picks and things like this, and why I always say, like, I don't really like draft picks, because just because where a player gets picked doesn't determine, like, how they're going to be good, because Max was a 4th round pick that year, dude, and he was probably the best player in that draft. You know, so that's all I always say is that just because a guy gets picked in the 1st round doesn't always indicate that he is the best player in that draft. I've always say it depends on where they go, who's there. You know, I think when he came in, wasn't his coach fucking his first year, wasn't it what's his name? Buckner, right? Fucking the dude that we fucking shipped to Arizona. What the fuck is that guy's name? Buckner or something. Fucking oh man, fucking, I don't know, fucking, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that fucker's name. But he was a badass, dude. He was a little badass fucking coach for us, dude. And then I think we shipped him, and then we went right over to fucking, what's his name from fucking the Cowboys, Marinelli, fucking old man Marinelli. And I mean, like I said, he's had a great career with everybody that's been there for him. So, like I said, I just thought I thought that I was gonna bring that up, because I feel like when I watched that, dude, I sat there and thought, like, that was like the fucking Michael Jordan, the fucking basketball and football, dude. But you have anything that you want to add to it, Noah?
Oh, he said BRB. I think he's crazy about
Oh,
it.
is he? Oh, but you
I
want to
was
have
seeing
anything
the private
to
chat. Yeah, the smoking
I
cigars
don't
thing.
fucking pay attention to that shit, man.
Yeah, yeah. The smoking cigars thing. It is very. It wasn't just Mad Max. Josh Jacobs was smoking cigars and a few other players, but also Joe Burrow did the same thing too. You know, when they were going to playoffs, and they were doing that because they were glad that the stress of Josh McDaniels was gone. When he was fired, you know, they were smoking cigars. They were the stress was over. You know, they were being. It was like Mad Max had chains on him, and he was being held back. And then finally, they take those chains off, and then Mad Max is like, you know, doing his thing. And it wasn't just him; it was the other players too. You know, when like I said, people will say, "What's football about?" It's about communication, game management. It's more than just play calling. And if you don't have that game management, you're not going anywhere. And Josh McDaniels just was not a good game manager. And when he was gone, that's when the team felt like they could be themselves, be who they want to be, and they did what they want to do. Sure, we're not doing great. We're not going to playoffs, but we're playing better. That's what it is. It's better to play better than to play sorry. And we still need a lot of help on both sides on the offense and defense. Like I said, the O line, it looked good against the Chargers, but the Chargers, to me, they just didn't play their best. I mean, I'm not going to say because Joey Bosa wasn't there, because I don't think he would have been that effective. He's injury prone. I think Khalil Mack is their best edge rusher. During James, I was surprised he was just, he's the guy that's really good at shutting down tight ends and he's a support and he's also there for the blitz. But I was shocked he didn't really show up like he normally did. But when the offense plays terrible, the defense doesn't play that good. Just stating facts.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's something like you said, Pigs, dude, is about Max being able to express himself, dude. I mean, that's facts, bro. I mean, you know how many people, and when I'm behind the scenes or not even on YouTube, just doing in Instagram or Twitter, fucking TikTok, anywhere, just Discord or not. A lot of people say like, oh, the old Raider ways died out, this, that, the other, and I'm like, bull fucking shit. Max is the living motherfucking old Raider right here on our motherfucking team, like literally in the flesh, right here, right now. The way he plays, the way he carries himself, the attitude, the relentless, dude. Like it's here, right here, dude. So for people to say like, all that shit. No, yeah, you're right. It is dying. There's no fucking doubt about that part, dude. But this motherfucker, he's about to reignite it, dude. Like literally holding the torch. I've made posts like this dude needs to walk around and just cough on motherfuckers because whatever he has, he needs to start giving it to other people because his attitude, his will to not give up, dude. You start seeing it come through in fucking Coons. You start seeing it come through in fucking Tillery. I mean, look at the plays, dude, where people, even Epps, dude. Look at fucking Meek got fucking darted on that one play. That dude just grabbed by the face mask and darted him.
Yeah.
Dude, it personal right away, and he fucking came right back at that bull, and he fucking floored that motherfucker right down on the dirt, bro. Came
It's
back.
Snowman syndrome right there, though.
It did get us a penalty, but fuck, he still brought that dog. He was letting that motherfucker know, like, yeah, bitch, he fucking tried to face mask my little ass. He fucking laid
for unnecessary roughness, though.
No,
they got him for taunting.
Yeah, for taunting.
He didn't really taunt. That was
he can't look in there and face and talk shit like that, but he deserved it because I feel like when you see that in a player like him, dude, and like how little and how that dude did him, and he didn't get a penalty because that ref was right behind him, but he don't see that shit. But it is what it is. But long story short, if fucking Amit took that shit personal and he fucking was like, yeah, bitch, and he waited and he played that play like he should have. And you know what would have made it better is just him turn around and walk off. But whatever. Yeah, sometimes you just need to let it be known. And I've said it, dude. Like Max brings that energy where these players play with that energy, dude. Like they come with that fire now. We have lacked it massively. And like I said, for me, dude, like when Max can sit at those tables like that on national TV and everybody's around, dude, like they would usually tell people like, oh, put a fucking shirt on, or like the cigar deal just got me mind blown because One, how the hell did they even get it lit out on the fucking field? Did he come from the fucking locker room to go back out there? Like, did they have, where the fuck were the cigars to begin with? You know, like, there's a lot of fucking questions in my mind over that fucking deal. But again, and again, I don't know. There was no fine talk of him fucking getting fined for smoking at the fucking table like that. You know, like, it just shows like Max is fucking finally getting noticed, dude, where people are gonna let him be like superstars get away with certain shit, and he'll eventually start getting away with it, dude. And it's not about him getting away with anything. It's just the fact that people are recognizing him for the shit that he's finally doing, and that's just how I feel. But Noah, is your shit working or what?
Yeah, I messed up my audio.
All right. All right, you want to add on that, or you want to talk about it, or no?
We're still talking about the Max cigar thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Or are we talking? All right. Actually, I don't really have any thoughts on that. You know, it's just kind of dope that he keeps doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of an identity thing now, and you know, as long as we keep on having that same energy, you know, I'm completely fine with it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, and it's finally like for being a Raider too, you know, like when you have Devontae over here and stuff, like, so that's like a topic that I was, what I want to bring, which I was just thinking about here, looking at all my stats written down while we're all talking here. You know, I propose like get rid of Devontae to fucking the Jets, this, that, the other. You know, if Aiden starts playing the way he's playing and we get through the end of this season, you know, through the end of the season, and let's just say like, hey, we go into the Chiefs and they have a really big game, dude, and Aiden's like, let's just say Aiden starts to finally come around, dude, where he can start playing with Jacoby, Tucker, all like he moves it around, right? I've keep saying, you know, time and time again all year, fucking that Renfro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's at the quarterback. It doesn't matter if they target him or not. One of two things. One, he either ain't getting yards or they're not giving the ball. Or two, if he gets the ball, he's getting that shit knocked the fuck up out of him, like literally. So then you go look at this game, right? Everybody in this game ate. There was not every fucking guy ate in this game, from offense to defense. Renfro, nothing. Don't get nothing. Like, at what point are you going to sit here and say, like, do we finally just say, like, and this is something that I wrote down and was thinking about is like, do we hold on to Adams and just get rid of fucking Renfro? I mean, Renfro's $15 million. If we cut him in the off season, we'll only eat $5.6 million, or we can find a trade partner because we don't have to cut him because we obviously have his contract. But if we do find a trade partner, we can trade him and then get our money or player or however they want to do a draft or whatever. But to be honest, dude, after you see the type of game that Tucker has yesterday, like, I would rather see more Tucker. Tucker has more deep downfield. I feel like the more he plays, the better, and more like he's going to be a fucking, I don't know if I would say superstar, but fuck, he could have traits of it if the right guy got to coaching this guy. I mean, you look at that play where he got that toe tap down, dude, and fucking drug that after the bobble, dude, and then he just fucking grabbed it like wham, all on that, dude. That's that's experience, bro. Like, that's not shit just dudes will fucking learn or get. That's in the moment shit, dude, when your adrenaline's pumping at its highest fucking deal and control that type of shit. I mean, that's big time deal. And Tucker was just making play after play, finally showing up, finally being like the person he could be. And I just said the whole time, I feel like when you have all these dudes down there like Renfro and Adams and all these guys, you're always here, oh, this guy got to get the ball. This guy got to get the ball. I feel like Adams, dude, if Adams, Jacoby, and all these guys, because like I said, you can carry Adams 42. I mean, look, his 42 million is high for a receiver, but I've said it multiple times that you can carry is because the quarterback ain't. It's usually the quarterback carrying that number. So it's not like if we just switched it over there, dude, and he's carrying a fucking $800,000 tag for Aiden, I don't think it really fucking matters, you know. Can we use the money somewhere else? Yeah, but who gives a fuck? I mean, I just feel like at that point, I feel like Renfro he just don't matter here anymore, man. Like, to be honest, dude, he doesn't matter here anymore. There's just too many good players around. There's just too many good people around on this team to fucking matter. I've said it. Adams had 8 for 100. Mayer had 2 for 32, fucking and a touchdown. Tucker had fucking 3 for 59 and 2 touchdowns. Mayer, the tight end, had 4 for 39 and a touchdown. Renfro had 0. Like, everybody down the line, fucking even Zeus had 3 for 16, dude. Like, everybody was catching fucking balls. And I mean, if I wanted to go to Zamir and everybody else, I think Zamir got one too, and so on. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say is like, multiple people are getting, he's not, and I think just at the end of this year, we should just probably face it, and it's probably time to move on from the guy. Like, as much as he did good with Gruden and Carr and everybody that was here in that time, he did great, but he's just not doing good here, man, and he's got a really big cap on there. So basically what I was going to say is what do you think, Noah, that would you be for either holding on to Devontae and moving Renfro? Do you want to hold on to both, or do you want to move both? Like, what would be your take at the end of the year on both of them players? Keeping one or getting rid of one, keeping both or getting rid of both? Like, how do you feel?
I think the smartest move for this team is to keep Devontae and then either cut Renfro or find a trade for him, or restructure his deal so he isn't eating up as much cap if they do decide to keep him next year, because he is not worth the $15 million or $16 million. Right now, his production is just, well, it's leagues below of what we're expected for that type of contract. So far in the year, 0 touchdowns, like only 20 catches. He's been relegated to, the 4th guy on the team. If we had to make a move, I would, it's much easier for me to see Renfro gone than it is Adams gone, especially if the whatever regime decides for some reason that they'd rather have Aiden O'Connell instead of, one of the many talented quarterbacks in the draft next year. But, if AFC continues to play like he did yesterday, I would, totally agree with not getting a QB. So, it's all about that type of situation, But personally, me, based off the way things are going, I really don't think I have Renfro on the team. I think I find a way to get rid of him, whether it be just a pre-June cuts or a trade. And, if we decide that we're going to draft a QB or keep Aiden again for another year, then I want Devontae Adams as our receiver 1.
Yeah, Ozzy, the only thing I would say about getting rid of Devontae now for the 25, it's easier. Somebody will take the contract when it's 25 versus 44. If you get a guy to take him at 25 and then they got to pay him at the 44, that's their fucking problem. That ain't our problem, So that's why I keep advocating doing it now. You know what I mean? So, but no, I agree. I mean, Brew, do you have anything you want to add to it or what?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Like, if you think about who really is the slot receiver, it's more of the tight end position with Michael Mayer. He's acting more like a slot receiver, and he's getting open because he's a bigger body. I mean, that's what the Chiefs do too. I mean, if you think about it, Travis Kelce, he's a slot receiver / tight end is what he is. They use him for that, and he can bully, the nickelbacks and the linebackers and safeties. It depends on who our head coach is, and if it's not a West Coast offense, then yeah, it's good chance that Hunter Renfro could be gone. But then he could still be gone from a West Coast offense if you're involving Michael Mayer as a slot receiver, and I'm not hating on Hunter Renfro. I think he's still a very good slot receiver if he's used properly, but he doesn't fit this system, and he fits certain systems. But Devontae Adams, though, is the biggest one, and if you had to do both of them, you got to get value out of both of them. I would not get rid of Hunter Renfro for nothing. I'd trade him for something. Because it may not be a 1st round pick, probably a 3rd round pick, maybe at the most. I think a team that would likely want to get him would be like the Saints, maybe, or maybe the Patriots. But I would say that Devontae Adams, though, I don't think he restructures, and plus, I don't think he wants to be on this team. He wants to go to a team that's a playoff-bound team. He's just going to do the same thing that J.J. Watt did when he was with the Houston Texans after they got rid of Deshaun Watson and Hopkins and all them. He said, "I want out," because this is a rebuild. That I don't care what anybody says. It's kind of a rebuild because we don't have a coach. We legitimately don't have a coach. We fired our coach, and whoever our coach is, it's going to be the deciding factor of will Devontae Adams or Hunter Renfrow, or will both of them get traded? And if it's not a third rounder, yeah, maybe it's a sixth rounder. I mean, I think Hunter Renfrow is worth at least a third rounder, but
He ain't getting no third round here. Like
probably won't. Maybe
I've said
maybe a
this
fifth
100
rounder.
times. If he would have got traded the year that Carr had him and got him 1,000 yards, he would have got him third round, and maybe even the following year. But after that, dude, he is every bit where he was picked, a fifth, sixth, seventh. Like that's where he's at. That's what it will be lucky to get if somebody just wants to beat the waiver and not try to go after him with competition. But at the end of the day, I've said like the thing about Renfro is like he was good under Carr and Gruden. He's not useful here no more. It doesn't matter. I mean, Tucker.
Well, yeah, because they don't do his
way
playbook.
More explosiveness here, dude. Like he has way more explosiveness. He's way bigger threat to the team. Jacoby can play the under. You have so much value here with other players, and that's my point. That's my point. At some point, right? Like even in Madden, at some point you have to just lock up to a certain core of players. Like you just have to have a certain core of players you're playing with, dude, and that's it. Because once you start getting too many motherfuckers, there's no way you're going to get the ball to every single person. Then it's altering the way your playbook is, the way that you're calling plays. It changes everything, and you can't fucking do that. You can't do that because when you start doing that, it starts controlling the way that people see. When we play like we played yesterday, where there's no control, dude, there's no anything. And again, I've said it. The main guys I've talked about all year, I've said it about Renfro all year. People get in their feelings and they'll be like, "Oh, Dustin, oh, you fucking Raider, fuck off." I tell them every time they don't fucking know shit. So I ain't, like I always say, I ain't here to debate them motherfuckers because they don't research it like I do. They don't study it like I do. I've said this guy's numbers have just been fucking not obsolete, dude. And every time he gets it, he gets fucking cracked. He'll fumble the ball. It's just, look, dude, he was a great dude. I've always said once a Raider, always a Raider. I just think we either need to get a fifth, sixth, or seventh for him, or a player for him, dude, or we need to fucking cut him and get fucking eat $5.6 million and move the fuck on because at this point you're just gonna hinder the spot. You're gonna just have the guy on the team because of who he is. I agree. I would rather trade and get something, but at sometimes you just gotta say fuck it, because like if you only had like 2-3 receivers, 2 good receivers or 3, I would 100% argue the fact of doing it. But when you have the receiving core and the roster we have offensively, fuck cutting him ain't gonna we wouldn't miss him, dude. It's like I tell people all the time on Instagram. It's like I tell people on my Instagram, dude, when dudes will private message me and say like, "Hey, I'm gonna unfollow you," and I tell them, I don't even know who the fuck you are, so it wouldn't even have mattered if you unfollowed me or not. I don't really know. That's kind of how you look at that. If he ain't here, he's not here. Nobody's gonna fucking notice it. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, and the minute he's gone, he'll be fucking not talked about by week fucking 2 or 3. So. That's just how it is, and I think that's how you start moving it. I mean, that's $15 million, dude. $10 million is another player defensively, and I've said the offense here is fine. It's just, do we go? The real question will come down is, are you going to keep the quarterback? You changing quarterback? Like, how are you gonna alter that part of the game? For us, are we changing? Are we staying with AOC? Is he going to show enough going forward? Or do you go, if you have a chance at Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix or fucking anybody of those factors, Drake May, fucking any guy. Do you take him or not? You know, like that's the real question that's going to be looming for the next fucking literally 3 weeks. And then, like I said, if let's just say that AP and them do figure it out, boy, that's going to be massive fucking deal in the off season about who the hell you're going to hire with the way that shit would have came down towards the end. I mean, fucking, like I said, dude, AP, he was the one that found Jack Jones, dude, and it's not even that. He just has ties with him, dude, and that shit matters. And I've said it with Jaden Daniels, dude. He has ties with him too. So it's weird how it's weird, like I said about the guy. I said if you don't have a playbook, you got to have something. And if he has the player development or the connections with people here and there because of his son growing up and then got relations with superstar ass athletes, hey, fucking kudos, bro. Like, fucking bring them. You know what I mean? Like, bring that motherfuckers over here. Bring all the guys you know like that here because fuck, imagine if Daniel, let's say that we get Jaden Daniels and he ends up being like a fucking Jack Jones dude where he just said next level fucking deal. I think Jack Jones is going to be next level guy. I'll bet anything. Like, I really believe if he can keep up his shit, dude, for the rest of the season, they should give that fool the 24 jersey for next year because the way he sees that ball, dude, and the way that he reads plays is just next level shit, dude. And I think that kid is going to most definitely show it going forward. But do you have anything you want to add, Noah? Do you have anything you want to add to this, or?
No, I mean, like I was saying before, because we kind of deviated from that topic a bit about Renfro. I really want to see Antonio Pierce if he figures this out. If he gets us, to 8-9, 9-8, and he somehow wins the job. I want to see him. I want to see what he will do. Like you just said, he has connections. He's a Super Bowl champion. That's something that people bring up. It's a big part of his resume. Big leader in the Giants' defense of that 07 team. And with that, repertoire, he got his jobs at Cal Poly or the high school. And, there's lots of NFL players that have gone there already that have already made their way back to Antonio Pierce. And, with his connections at Arizona State U, again, more connections. He's finding lots of these players, and because of how he knows them and how they know him, they're going to be coming towards him. And, even if he doesn't get the Raiders job, those players that would be interested in being a player under his coaching style, they're going to go follow him wherever he goes. And, that's a plus to the type of what's it called? Like mantra that he brings to this, organization, his experience and his, his repertoire, his name precedes him. So,
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Freaking. Nah, he said that trade Adams and Renfro to the Jets with Rodgers. That would be dangerous, man. Like that's my point. It's not that. So listen, man. I don't know. Like I want to make this clear when I say these things. Is like Renfro is not a bad player, and you're gonna go hook him up with Rodgers. I said like Renfro with fucking Carr, he was a good player. You're gonna go get Renfro with fucking Devon or with Adam or with Rodgers and Adam. Like fuck, dude. Like that'll be crazy as fuck. That'd be crazy, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't do that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what the fuck they offered me. I'm not sending both those players. I mean, look, at the end of the day, let's say AP stays the coach, right? And let's say that AP says, Like, yeah, we're gonna move Adams because we want that first because we can get Romo. Romo's a badass motherfucker, dude. All right, dude, that motherfucker for Washington. That fool's a little badass, dude. So, like, I've said it the whole time. I would most definitely go for fucking Jaden Daniels, dude. I mean, I've said this long before a lot of people even thought about it. I've said I'd either go Jaden or motherfucking Drake Mays or motherfucking Bo Nix. Those been my three dudes the whole fucking time. I've literally said that I'd go Harris or fucking Romo because Romo got mad ass skill, and I would trade fucking Devontae. I've said it a bunch of fucking times, and I would take that fucking first pick if they'd give it. And if they wouldn't give it, I want to trade Adams because I've said the reason you trade Adams now is on the 25 million is that people would take the contract. Go try to push 44 to somebody. They're not. Listen, Rodgers will eat the money, dude. To get Adams up there, Rodgers will eat it. He'll literally go to the Jets and tell them, hey, I'll eat that fucking money. Give him that first round pick because he's going to say, you want to get to the AFC Championship? I need Devontae. That's exactly what Rodgers is going to say, and that needs to play into our favor when we're doing what we're about to try to do. And I've said, like, yeah, does everything look good? But let's be real. There's been so many times this year Devontae's been frustrated. He's not getting the ball. His attitude changes, and it changes game to game, dude. And when you're looking at it with a rookie-type player like Romo and stuff, he's not going to have that type of demeanor, dude, in the locker room and advocate those type of things towards. He's going to take it how it is, just like the quarterback is. And for me, at the end of the day, I've said it. I would just rather rip the fucking Band-Aid off. I'd rather just let this shit breathe, tear this shit down to the fucking core, get down to the basic players, dude, and then fucking build from there, dude. And $42 million back off. Well, it's not even that. It's like 100 and something million back off of Devontae's contract would be massive for our team. And I think when you're looking at how close that defense is to being like a lights out fucking elite fucking defense, dude, like if we were to take that 42 mil and throw it down on that on some defensive tackles, dude, that are like real defensive tackles, a real NT, man, that can change the whole fucking way that team looks, dude. I mean, let's be real. The corners are starting to look better, dude. If we go out here, we got to get a Meek out of there as a corner, so we need to most definitely draft one or fucking trade for one or pick one up in free agency for sure. So, like, we're really lacking just one more real good outside corner. Epps is popping up. I mean, Epps made that big play fucking – he always does every now and again. He's just not a coverage safety. He's just box safety. So I think, like I said, we can probably look for another a safety over there. But that defense is pretty close to being pretty damn good defense. The offense, I said, it's lacking the main part, dude, is the quarterback, is the inconsistency. Who is he going to show up each week? Is Aiden who he is? Like, is he going to be the same guy when we play the Chiefs? Or does he resolve back to one touchdown, get scared in the pocket, dude? Or does he open up and start throwing downfield? And the problem is like when you open up and throw downfield, does he do that scared and throw it into double coverage or throw it into the safety or throw it into linebacker? Or does he do it with confidence like he did in the Charger game and dot it on motherfucking dude in stride? But again, like I said, that Tucker play to even start out, again, these are the things about Aiden that I've noticed already and this is something that how is he going to get better at it? Because I don't think it's something he can get better at because, I mean, he can probably get a little stronger. But when you're looking at Tucker's got mad speed. Aiden don't have the arm to match Tucker's speed. There's so many times that Aiden throws him deep, and Tucker has to stop and turn around and go up for the fucking ball, and then they're looking for pass interference because the corner fucking runs into him, and then they're like, oh, fucking, yeah, they're like, where's the play action, or where's the pass interference? Well, if you had a good quarterback that had a good fucking arm, like Jaden Daniels, when you run out to that outside, guess what? You wouldn't have Tucker turning the fuck around trying to go up for the ball backwards. He would be still fucking running like this and catch the ball and go for touchdowns. And that's why I've said, like, I don't think Aiden's going to be the future quarterback for the Raiders because, one, the one thing that the Raiders' history is built on is deep fucking quarterback play for deep receiver play, dude. Like, you can't fucking that's our whole fucking MO for the Raiders, dude, is having a quarterback throw the ball deep as fuck to a receiver that can run fast as fuck, dude. Like, that's just how we've been our whole time, and you're literally gonna just take that away. I mean, look, dude, Tucker could already had multiple touchdowns to the house, dude, if we had a quarterback that could either separate the ball towards the center of the field when he knows, like, again, he knows that Tucker is on the fucking guy like this. Tucker has that fucking speed where if he changes trajectory, like, so for instance, this is something that Carr was really good at, is that when Tucker's in the fucking lead like this, and if Carr knew he couldn't get the ball over the top of him, what Carr would do is throw the ball out to the right of him, so it would force Tucker to have to turn out this way and then run out towards, like, run into a post, you know. And when they say post, is like to the goal post, or they say pylon or things like that, to the flag, to the pylon, to the outside, things like that. So when people say post, that's what would have been ideal in that play. And yes, was it in streak? Yes. But the fact that Carr knows that the coverage of the corner is over the top of him because he's smaller, you would throw post. So that way, when the receiver looks back for the ball, he takes off into that vert, which that's where he makes the separation from the corner. The corner has to turn with him, where more times than not, those type of guys like Tyree, he's gonna pull away. He's gonna gap him on that. And that's how you do that. And look, dude, and I'm not gonna say that it's not something that Aiden can't learn, and I'm not gonna say it's something that can't get better. The problem is that I see is, listen, Daniels will throw the ball 80 fucking yards, and a guy like Tucker will run 80 yards. You know, like, that's all I'm trying to say is like, you have the players, and you don't know how this year's draft's going to go. You don't know what other players we're going to get. You don't know who we're going to lose here on the offense. You know, like, yeah, I mean, we know Jacoby's here. We know that Tucker's here. We know that Mayer's here. We know Adams is here. I mean, Renfro, if we want to keep him, he's here. You know, like, pretty much our whole entire core is literally here. You know, like, I think Carter's been a big ad for our team. Like, that guy needs to stay the fuck on our team, you know, like, there's numerous. Yeah, I mean, he's been big time for our deal, you know. So
yeah,
I don't know. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about it?
I like what War said, or said Ozzy, like getting a wide receiver. You know, before I was thinking corner, but you know, when you lose Devontae, you got to have someone to replace him, and getting that big receiver Rome, 6'3", 215 pounds. That's a good. I like tall receivers, big receivers, and you get a quarterback and you get him in the first round. That would be an A grade, you know. I mean, that would be a good mock draft right there, you know, to get him. And then you can go defensive tackle in the second round. But you want to get a run stop defensive tackle if you can't get a balance tackle, because the balance tackles are hard to get. You don't want to get another, because our Achilles heel is stopping the run, and we need like a Jonathan Hankins like defensive tackle that's going to stop the run. That's what we need with the on defense. We could prove that defense on there. We'll have a very legitimate defense. We could be maybe top 10, top 15 defense next year if we can improve that.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, dude, Romo would be phenomenal. But dude, look, if like in the comments here, look, if you guys are saying like Pittman Jr. over Mike Evans, there's no way. Like, I'm taking Mike Evans, bro. Mike Evans had 1,000 yards every year of his career, hurt or not.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm taking Mike Evans. If you're telling me that we get Jaden Daniels, like, so like here's the real question, all right? So like, Noah, do you have anything you want to add on this before I ask this next question?
No.
All right, so let's be real, right? Like, here, let's just ask your opinion real quick. What do you think of Aiden? Do you like him?
There are times I like him and I don't, but I don't like his arm. That's what I don't like. He can't throw those hard bullets like Derek Carr always throws, and he's not very accurate. He's a smart guy, but you know, with this in this age, we need a bullet, a guy with an arm, and He lacks that arm. I'm sorry. I think he's better as a backup than being a starter, though. Yeah, we need a quarterback, definitely.
What do you think, Noah? How do you feel about Aiden?
Well, I don't. Well, here's the thing. Right now, Aiden right now is still backup quarterback caliber. That's without a question. He has shown bright spots like any other backup QB. If there's a QB in the league I could compare him to, it'd probably be Mike White. Similar arms, similar stature. They both had kind of like one game breakout performances that kind of had like a cult following afterwards, where people ironically rallied around them. But Mike White now, he's basically the backup in Miami. And the only reason he was starting for the Jets was because Zach Wilson was injured. So there's your answer to that. And like I said, the only reason AFC is starting right now, realistically, is because the QBs in front of him or behind him, they just suck more. That's really the only reason. If you go into the draft and you get a QB, the odds are that they're probably going to be the day one starter going into next year with our current QB room.
Yeah, and see, that's the whole thing I look at, right? Like, I've seen games of Aiden. I've seen where, okay, like you see this game, there's still a lot of plays for him left on the field. The thing that comes to my question is like, if you're sitting there and we're in the top 10 and you get a chance at Bo Nix, Jaden, or fucking you get a shot at Bo Nix, Jaden, Drake, fucking, I mean, I'm not taking Penix, so I'm not even putting him on there. But if you got a shot at either three of those guys, if you got a shot at either three, are you pulling the trigger? Or are you going to say, nah, we got Aiden, we're good?
I'm going to pull that trigger.
Yeah, I think I would take the trade and go ahead and do that.
I mean, fuck yeah, I would, because like I said, Aiden's the backup already, dude. He can be in the backup already. Like, if, like, for instance, in the comment right there for Pig, I mean, it doesn't matter if QBs are bust. You're right. There are a lot of them that are bust. There's no denying that. But also, there's a lot of them that are fucking Hall of Famers too. So it goes both ways. Not everybody's going to be good every year, just because of where they're drafted at. I've always said that I 100% agree with that, because I've said this for years on the way I view it, dude. I've said just because first round people, it's just somebody's opinion. That has zero validation behind shit. I mean, players that are in fucking round 7, fucking 6, 5, fucking 3, they all end up having better fucking years and careers than first round picks all the time. And I've said it, if anybody even did the math on it, dude, and did the math on first round picks, there's 32 first round picks. That'd be 320 in 10 years. Go show me 320 first round picks right now in the NFL. There's only 32 teams. Shouldn't be too hard. Guarantee you there ain't 320 of them. Like I've said, just because more people that last longer in the NFL are later round draft picks for multiple reasons. They don't have as much pressure put on them. They don't have as much expectations put on them. They're able to sit back there and learn, dude. So first round picks, they're like, hey, you got to fucking get it together now. And if you're not done by year 5, some are cut in year 3. Fucking other guys in year 5, they go to another team, they play for a year or 2, and then gone. Fucking no more, don't even exist. I mean, fuck, look at the deal just in last night's deal for the Raiders. I mean, there are multiple players, dude, that were first round picks on our list that aren't even in the NFL anymore. I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, dude, ain't even in the NFL. I didn't fucking know that, But that's the reality of it. The reality of it is that it doesn't matter where you're fucking picked. It matters on how you play. And Aiden, for me, dude, I like Aiden. Like, there's not a thing, like, I'm not trying to say I don't like Aiden. the thing you can't take away from people like listen, I've said this, dude, like with Harbaugh and Jalen, dude, like if AP proves these last 3 games, man, I've said it. I'll go with the open mind. Like I'll be open with him and Harbaugh. Like I will, dude. Like Harbaugh, I'm a hard. Like it's gonna be hard as fuck for me not to to convince me we should not sign Harbaugh. I'm just be fucking honest. That game of putting 63 points, I can give a fuck about that. I know the reality of that team and where they were at right now. So I don't give a fuck about that game. Like you're not gonna convince me because of that game that he should have that job. I'm like, fuck no, dude. We already had plenty of games against good teams that already indicate that our team was dog shit. So I'm not going to do that. The defense been playing the baller the whole time. So to me, I said the Chiefs game, the fucking Broncos game, that shit's going to matter. It's going to matter 100%. There's not a doubt about it. So outside of it, when you're looking at quarterback, when you got a guy like Daniels, man, or even Bo Nix, even fucking Drake Mays that can chuck the fucking ball 70 yards downfield, and you got a guy like fucking Tucker that can most definitely run that shit and gap dudes, that shit matters. Why you think Tyreek and Patrick Mahomes had all those touchdowns? Because Patrick Mahomes can throw Tyreek the fucking ball, dude. Like, literally. What was people saying about fucking Tyreek with fucking Tua when he got over there? Said, fuck Tua, don't have the arm to throw it to Tyreek. He can't even get it. Every time Tyreek got to turn around and go back for the fucking ball. Like, you can't do it. So then what did Josh McDaniels, Goofy do? He said, fuck it, let's start making slant routes underneath, dude. Let's do little fucking hook routes, dude, and slow him down a little bit and give him the ball and then let him do shit in the open field, because Tua just didn't have the arm. Like that, and don't get me wrong, does he have the play capability? Can he get it down there and open? Yeah, he can do, but he didn't have the arm for a guy like Tyreek. And all I'm saying is one fucking, Aiden ain't Tua. He's not even first round pick to begin with. But when you got a guy like those 3 dudes I said, I think you have full trigger. You got players on our team, dude. If you got a quarterback that sees a dude like fucking say that fucking Devontae gets out in the deal, and more times than not, Devontae wants to stop, because if you're watching the All-22 and watching how they play, there's a lot of plays where Devontae will just run out to play and stop, dude. He just stops out. And I sit here and think about it all the time. If you had a dude like Jaden, he'd be over here, and then he'll fucking motion Devontae like, hey, get fuck over there, because he can move around. He'll move around. He won't get pressured. He'll be like, hey, get fuck over there. And then fucking when Devontae takes off again, he'll just fucking fucking right in the middle of the field. Boom, there goes Devontae for 15, 20 yards. Like, people like those type of quarterbacks change the way the game's played because of the way they can change the way the field is looked at. Where a play with Aiden, with Devontae, would be dead because Aiden doesn't create any value for him to get open or to move, that it would be a done play. Well, in this case, with a player like him, he'll open up the play. He'll still create the play to go. He'll run into the sideline while he's still like, get over here, Devontae. And the way those type of guys are, they make it look effortless. They're like, yeah, fucking dude, the whole team coming after him, like, yeah, fucking got him, like. And that's the things, dude. Like, at the end of the day, man, like, I've said this in the past, all right? Like, and I've said this on my show 100 times. I've debated people about it, and people ask me, like, hey, man, you have a guy here, or you have this dude. Like, why do you say that you do this? Because I say I don't want to settle for average. I don't want to sit here and say, because people get stuck on people's names, that they're like, yeah, I'm going to take AOC. No, listen, if fucking there's a guy better than AOC and AOC can compete to that guy, well, fucking sorry, bud. I'm fucking sorry, but I'm not settling for fucking average anymore. If a motherfucker come in, especially at the quarterback position, that's the most goddamn crucial position in all football, and he beats you, then you're fucking right. I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. And there's not going to be you don't have to convince me that we need to do it. If he's better, he's better. The end. And I've said, when you got guys like them, even like you say, Pig said about the, most first round picks are, They are, but dude, you've got to take chance with those guys. They are there for most times. There are, but if they get with the right coaches and right people, man, those guys also become Hall of Famers. And you can't just pass on it. You can't pass on them because people use the logic of like, oh, well, they come from this school or they. I don't give a fuck if the coach is a good coach, dude. He'll fucking get that out of the player. It has jack shit to do about the what school he comes from or where he's gone or not. Good coaches get it from him. That's why I say with like when you're looking at Gruden or not, dude, Gruden can take fucking garbage people and make them good fucking people, dude. He's just good with people. It don't matter what schools, don't matter where they come or what systems. Gruden is good with people. He knows how to relate. He knows how to break shit down where people would say like, well, Gruden's so stuck in his way. Well, why was Renfro so good? And Renfro and Gruden would even say, Gruden even brought up, said, hey, he was having issues with the way that Renfro was running. Renfro's even talked about it in his fucking own deals where he said, like, hey, man, the fucking offense, I wasn't liking playing football. I didn't like the way they had shit going. Gruden even altered the offense for Renfro to do those little 2-3 cutback plays because, you know, he knew that was better for him. So, that's all I say. Like when you look at these type of things about coaches or players or things of these factors, it's just like I've said. Yes, is Aiden have a game or not? Yeah, the reality is Aiden still lacked in multiple things, dude. And again, I've said, dude, the Chargers shut their shit down. The Chiefs aren't shutting their shit down. It's personal with them every single fucking time they play us. Just because the Chargers are bitches and ain't got no fucking fans or the glitter sparkles, I mean, that's literally what they are. The Chiefs ain't like that. The Chiefs literally came out, week 17? Wasn't it week 17 or week 16 last year? And motherfucking ring around the rosied on us, dude.
Yeah,
like,
they did that.
people were talking about, oh, they're going to bench them. They ain't going to start. No, it's personal with those motherfuckers, dude. They're not going to fucking bench shit. They're not going to bench shit. They're going to come out here and be like, motherfucker, we're going to beat your ass every time we see you. You know, the Chiefs are like the bully in the fucking hood, bro, where he's like, you come down my street, I'm going to beat your ass. Yeah. Like, and I don't care. Every single time I see you, I'm going to make sure we beat your ass. Like, literally. And that's why you take that shit personal. And that's all I'm trying to say is like, when you go have a game like they did against these Chargers right here and people are all boosting themselves and they're like, oh yeah, fuck, look at our team and blah, blah. And I'm sitting here saying like, nah, man, I literally talked about that the whole time, dude. They were in like the 8th pick. We were the fucking 6th pick, dude. It wasn't coincidence that they just so happened to place, fucking Herbert and all these dudes fucking in IR for the rest of the fucking season and the time that they're going to face us. I literally told you, hey, we always split with the fucking Chargers, dude, and we always 1-1 with these motherfuckers, how it's been for years on years. Like, there's just too many things that just happen, and then all of a sudden here they all fucking go. Bam, dude's getting sat out, dude's fucking getting put down, fucking out for the rest of the season. And then it just so happened to be, oh, we're going to go against them in our division, and then we're going to swap from 6th to 8th with them. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know, like them with us 63 in them, right? Do you really think us 63 in them had the fuck, like that was the defining factor of Staley getting fired? Hell no, they just used that. They were already gonna fire that motherfucker. They were already gonna fire him. They already knew that motherfucker was gonna get fired. They just used that game to fire him, like straight up. And that's all I'm saying. You can't look past everything that happens out there. Yeah. Like oh, this is the real. The real is that this next game, Andy Reid and them take shit personal, man. They're not gonna sit here and just fucking let us go over there and fucking 63 on. It's not gonna happen. Don't matter how bad their team may be or play. It's not gonna happen with them. That shit is personal. They would go into halftime. They'll change that shit in the game, dude. It's not. They're not like these dudes. Like, and that's all I'm trying to say. Like, it was Sean Payton. Sean Payton, the same fucking way. Look, dude, I spoke on Sean Payton the whole time I said, man, like him coming over there, been out for a year, their draft capital, their fucking players, the contracts, fuck all kind of shit. I said, you know, for the Broncos to be successful, probably going to take about a year or two. I really truly believed it because I felt like there was so much fucking shit that was done over there with the Russell, with the coach, with everything. Listen, in the past, when that much change happens in an organization, it usually takes multiple years for a motherfucking organization to get back to their shit. These motherfuckers did it in a few damn games. Like literally, people were talking so much shit. Well, I was one of them in the beginning of the season, literally saying like, "Hey man, these fucking Broncos are garbage, dude. Sean sucks, dude. These fucking guys fucked up. Shouldn't have did all this. They put too much shit into this." And then the next thing I fucking know, they're like, "Yeah, they're fucking cutting Gregory. They're cutting fucking Clark. Oh, they're gonna trade him here and here." Next thing you know, bam, 5 straight fucking wins on all good teams.
Yeah.
Then you're sitting here thinking like, what the fuck? How in the hell you motherfuckers go start doing that? Then you see Sutton fucking becomes what he goes 8 fucking touchdowns in the red zone. He's probably like 10 now. You know, like he's become one of the most dominant red zone threats in the NFL at the moment. Then you go with no hand fucking Jerry Jeudy, can't catch shit, fucking turns into fucking pretty good. This is all in the same fucking year. And then you're just sitting here thinking like, dude, if you're doing this shit already in this year and all this change is already happening, dude, and we're over here fucking with our offense is already fucking good. We just can't get it done. And then fucking our defense, dude, where it thought it was bad is all fucking obviously fucking pretty damn good. We have all these like I feel like we're in the Matrix, dude, and shit's just getting flipped around, dude. At one point, our offense has been so elite. Somebody did bring it up in 2006. 2006 was the last time we did have a bad fucking like our offense was that shit, dude. And then a lot of people think it was just Russell, but it wasn't. It was Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins was the quarterback in that year with Randy Moss. And Kerry Collins was always overthrowing the fuck out of that motherfucker. That's why Randy Moss got pissed off, said that he didn't want to be there, dude, and fucking went to the Patriots and then ended up fucking going, 18-1, dude, lost that game, against the fucking Giants, so in 2007. So, but again, Antonio Pierce team. But that's all I'm saying is like fucking, I don't know, I got a fun cotton mouth, hell bad. But I don't know, man. For me, it's like what's
crazy, you know. Yeah, Sean Payton, I thought he could turn that team up next year. I didn't think he would do it this year. I mean, he's doing actually a pretty good job. They're looking like a true wild card team, like they should be a 5th seed team. And next year, they could be threatening the Chiefs. You never know. I know it sounds crazy, but you just never know, you know.
Yeah, and the thing that's scary about a guy like Sean Payton and the way that the team is playing right now and everything is that, like I said, oh, they're behind in draft capital, this, that, the other. Yeah, but when you start looking at the way Sutton and fucking Jeudy and all these guys start playing, they may trade one of those motherfuckers to get some draft cap back so they can go get some players. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying that guy, dude, he's made that team a way more dangerous team in this year. I've said our offense has fucking been struggling. I really, truly don't believe, like, look, if Bo Hardigree can come with the energy against them motherfucking Chiefs with this same type of offense he did with the fucking with the Chargers, I'll believe, dude. But until then, I can't believe. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be straight the fuck up.
Yeah.
I can't just go out and say, oh, you put up 63. Who gives a fuck? The Dolphins put up 70 and fucking ain't been doing shit fucking ever since. So I don't give a fuck if he just goes and puts up those points. That doesn't mean nothing to me, dude. People do weird shit all the time. It doesn't matter. We've had the worst fucking team offensively all year, and then all of a sudden, oh, there we go, 63 fucking points. And it's not like the offense did it all. It was the fucking defense. It was turnover. It was all kind of crazy shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, so that was just like I said, it felt like it felt like a Madden game on rookie. That's what it fucking felt like. If I'm just gonna be dead ass honest, so just that's exactly what it. Every time I turn around, motherfucking guy going to the ground, dude. Before he touches, the ball comes out. I'm like, yeah, fucking right. Then the next play, fucking go touchdown. Next play, fucking get it back. Fucking guy goes over his right before the knee touch the ground. Ball gets cut out. What the fuck, dude? Like, it was just crazy shit, you know. So it was just one thing after one thing after one thing, you know.
Yeah, I agree. You know, this game, you can't use this game to dictate how good we are, because we're playing against a team that was tanking it. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, against the Chiefs, Broncos, yeah. Is there a chance that we could beat the Colts? Yeah, but you know what? One thing people forget, when you go to Indianapolis, and we're going to be in Indianapolis, it's very loud. It's actually much worse than Arrowhead. And Arrowhead's pretty loud. If Arrowhead was a dome, it would be the loudest stadium in the NFL. And that's what's going to be a problem even for Aiden O'Connell when he comes to Indy, because their crowd noise is extremely loud there, you know. So that disrupts the offense, like the play calling and all that, makes it hard for the quarterback. That's one thing a lot of people may not realize. I mean, Derek Carr went through it before we faced the Colts, and he said he had a hard time hearing, and you know he had to call a timeout just to, you know, get the play going, you know. And when you have a rookie quarterback in the Colts, then you know it's a different ball game, you know.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be in the Chiefs too, in their house, bro. That shit ain't no joke. That shit loud as fuck, dude. Like, it was one of the loudest, if not the loudest stadium decimals in all of the NFL. So these dudes,
if it was a dome, it'd be the loudest.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So I said, I just think when you look at a lot of these, games and the way it's going to come out. I mean, I've said this Chiefs game been the game for me for AP this whole time. I've said it. I don't care how people view, the Chiefs will lose this game or hey, I don't give a fuck. Chiefs always find a way to beat our ass. I can care fucking less how they play any other fucking team leading up to us. I do not fucking care. Andy Reid got that number, dude. And the only number Andy Reid didn't have was Gruden's motherfucking number, because Gruden knew some shit about Reid, and I don't know what it was about. I don't know, but he just knows. But the problem with everybody else, dude, Andy Reid just fucking toys with us, dude. Literally toys. Like, that's why I was shocked with fucking the way that Josh came in and played him in his house the first time. I was like, damn, bro, this is your first time here, and you're about to fucking go after this dude in the first fucking time. I mean, he went for 2 in his house at the end of the game with all the controversy, the way that they were yelling, cussing, throwing shit down into the field, all these things, you know what I mean? Like, they were doing all kinds of stuff. So for him to be able to go into there, I was like, damn, man, I was kind of shocked for Josh McDaniels and the way he was able to do that, because it's not easy to do. So when I sit here and say that, hey, Josh did it with the lesser roster, and then you're looking at the way the defense and everything's playing right now, man, we should be able to keep these we should be able to keep the Chiefs in the 17-point game, and we should be able to win this game by 2017. You know what I mean? Like, if we're for real team in the way that we just played yesterday, we should be able to win this game 2017, dude, in their house. Like, we should be able to do it, because it should be a hard-fought game. We should ground and pound the ball. It should be a game where we should be able to win it like that. and then let's just say it gets out of control. If let's say that Patrick Mahomes, we can't get him confined, and let's say Patrick Mahomes is like, fuck you, where it's going to be an open score game, then that's where I say Bo Hardegree has to be able to change the way Aiden throws or sees or does, that aspect of the game. So, like I say, man, there's a lot that still got to go on, man. There's still a lot left. So we'll see. We got fucking 3 more games. We got a week or so to go before we see it. Outside of it, you have anything else you want to add, or?
I was gonna say my other topic I had. I can make it real quick because it.
Oh yeah, the
was the
Khalil Mack one.
thing.
Yeah, bring that one up.
I was gonna say with Khalil Mack, he sounded like he was breathing hard a lot, and I know that Khalil Mack, when he was with us, he was 253 pounds. That's his weight when he was with us, and then when he went to the Bears, he gained weight and went to 269. He gained quite a bit of weight, and he's got that muscle. That heavy muscle will tire you out, and if he's in the game too long, he'll tire out, and that's what happened. That's why the blockers blocked a lot, because the offense would go 3 and out a lot, and and then all of a sudden Khalil Mack gets tired out really quickly. That's the main reason why he was not effective, because he was tired out because of the 3 and outs. And when your defense stays on, especially a guy like him, he doesn't have that like stamina like Mad Max Crosby. That muscle tires him out a lot quicker.
Yeah.
That's why he was like, you can see him breathing really hard and everything. And I know people talk shit about him and everything, but he's still a great player. But the 3 and outs is the reason why he wasn't doing good. That's the main reason why he wasn't effective, because the offense was 3 and out too much.
No, I agree. Fucking, when you're bigger like that, it does take away, and then probably,
Yeah.
you got to think he's 32. So, he's got a little bit on him, dude. And, to still be in his condition and still be doing what he's doing at his age is still phenomenal. So, fucking everybody, you can't go out and have 6 sacks every game, So, yeah, it is what it is. I've said it, like, the Chiefs in this game, they're going to be bringing it just because they're not Staley. They're not Staley. They have way more consistency. They have way more, continuity within the team of how they attack us, by game plan, by the video and the archive that they watch and how we're going. Are they going to keep aware of, hey, how they use Tucker and fucking Adams downfield? Fuck yeah, they're most definitely going to be keeping people over the back of that. And I've said, their safety ain't no fucking slouch, dude. That dude's a badass, and I wanted that motherfucker, Justin from the Texans, I wanted that motherfucker on our team, dude, but fucking they ended up getting him for the Honey Badger. And that dude's a beast. I like him a lot, dude. So, again, like, they got key little pieces around them that are still really good. So, I'm not fucking, like I said, and the Chiefs would have won them more of these games if it wasn't for fucking MBS dropping the ball in the end zone, dude, and the other dude dropping it in the wide open at the end of the game. It's not like these guys are just losing games, getting dogged on, you know what I mean? They lost a game for a fucking game-winning pass in the end zone. Like, we can't even get down there for, fucking 13 games or 12 games, and then this game we do, so it is what it is. I'm not going to discredit the way that they played or how they had it, but I also don't neglect the way that our team looks or where we're at either. You know what I mean? So outside of it, it was a great win. Fucking, breaking multiple records, dude. What it was, if we broke multiple records, it was the first time led a team 42-0 going into the half, biggest margin of lead in the Raiders history. Going into the half, I think it might even be in NFL, but I don't want to say that. But at the same time, then we did break the franchise record by most points scored in Raider history. There was multiple records that we set, and I think, like I said, for doing it in Allegiant, it's massive because those are records that are never going to be taken away from our stadium. And that matters, going to have a new stadium. Yeah, that's a NFL probably lasting like a motherfucker record. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be there for a good long minute. So, but outside of that, dude, if you don't have anything else, I'm gonna bounce out, dude, so I can get home. My woman keeps messaging me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm good.
all right.
But
Well,
one
hell, I
of these days we
appreciate
gotta do a
you.
mock draft together, though. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no. Once we get more to the end of the season, we'll start doing them. But we're not gonna do them in
Yeah.
fucking week 13 and 14. Like when
Yeah.
we're in week 18 and then everybody's in the playoffs, then we can probably start worrying about
Yeah.
mock drafts. But I'm not gonna worry about mock drafts till the Raiders season is truly done. Mock drafts they're not gonna matter right now. They're fake, dude. They're gonna have dudes projected in second rounds and so on because nobody's been declared yet and all kind of bullshit. No, I'm not doing that. But you'll get falsified drafts, dude. You're gonna have players that won't even be in those spots at all, not whatsoever. So, but we will do them once we get towards the end. But outside of it, I appreciate you showing up. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the mods. Appreciate everybody. I did see a deal that says we can start doing lives with our Instagram live now too. So I just got to get my laptop, dude, so I can switch over to the fucking live for the code. And then once I get that, we'll start linking those. Man, I think our shit's gonna be pretty big. But outside of that, man, like I've always said, I appreciate everybody stopping by. I appreciate everybody that comes through here Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and pre-games. Really do appreciate you guys, man. I hope you guys have a great night. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive, dude. And fucking see you here on Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Outside of that, stay safe. Raider Nation for life, baby. And fuck those Chargers, little glitter sparkle motherfuckers.